I will lay you. You will lay this at you. Then I try to power. Again, this again. I say, oh, me, I'm right. I'm bad when you are my pit of my pit there. Well, you'll learn it goes away. Alas, I go what that you are not. We say you. Papa Mora, get me up with anywhere more possible. L'arrangeur par le national, c'est trop fort. Puis après, on va passer sur le Dieu. À moi, ça y est. Bien, bien. Tu vas pas bien, pas pour mon yao. Papa, y a une guitare. Petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid. Kaidaka. Ben na paya posa bobo mambo panjago Apo blo akafwe Mwa posa nyoka fwe Be apote mwa bani yo kwa kle yukiyen Nyonjo si mwen Posko kata kunyo kwe atinyo diyo wan Emo o Nese totan This is a poke, where they have been. Go on, I can't salute. What's what you got when you're playing on your one? Emma, Nessetona. Now, this is a poke, where they have been. Go on, yeah. Now, forgetting your way. I know sound simply on it. Yeah, I go. Yes, I get the one. Are you a no? Type of that, we say you over. I want to your cabana, I need a one. Yes, I'm going to buy them when we're getting. Am I getting one of what I'm more? I just be under and in the well. Oh, ow. Say, Bobo, that you we say you. So, like it, I'm going to never point. Let Tony and you. Up a quick, just say, oh, yeah, I'm a walking ever. Kaidaka, when it was to work out, let you know for you. I just know. This is what I say. Say, Bobo, yeah. You like right them on by one them on tele by Podiamu, Taiwanda. Planning Papa, Binnegasia, Baka on Lage, the Pussy, the Tonya, you know, there's a ball was a dressing you, Mango, Malibu, Legiano, and I will tell you over. I will. Saibo. Iba tu agajada edu eso sei. Aje kwana le ya gbadua na afroju si ibo ke. Wejo, ibo, saibo boba. Eje ke mo pamlo ku ejo bi pamlo. Oni kriyan anya gbo pa ke ba de no so wa se. So na one your national stand clever display. Say Bobo that you know we say you over. I'm done it. So away. I know Russell. Keep it Russell. South Africa to your boss your way. Thank you for your book and my one. I'm the book on your woman. Don't feel it. I say oh Savonio. Say back to the we are coming. Say Bobo that you know we say you over. Our people should move in this value. Vamos ver uma guerra se copala. Vamos no hacer. Depois do povo que sei a minha céu, vai não. Quer mandar ye. Yo pample yo te mandei ya now. Everyone a céu, vai. Amo amorada. Saibo that ya no na we say you. I wish you lo di o, vai. So pelo yo man. Saibo, that young man now we take Madame Le Maire, read on your hand. When you know ourselves, it's a mayo. That was the gas also won't when you I'm original.
Good evening, South Samson Toll, Labron Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for joining us this evening. We're going to have fun here. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a very, very good day. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. we say, please, whatever we do here, let us do it with respect and understanding. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Welcome on LIBERIA Public Radio. Safety, folks. The disease is not easy. It's out there, and apparently, those even here in the United States seem to mean that the folks here themselves are confused. Some states want to let go. Other states want to say, no, let's lock it down some more, so we don't know what's happening. Can you imagine what is happening in Liberia as well? So we'll talk about that. But I have a very good program that I want to talk about here tonight. And this is very important to all of us. Thank you. The music is it's a very good music. The music is on YouTube, folks. If you go into YouTube and type Nathaniel Cry Paul, you will be able to find this music. He always has, in fact, he has the latest one already on there. So there's some good music on there from Nathaniel Cry Paul. But I want to thank all of you here tonight and say let's go ahead and have some wonderful time. It's Monday afternoon, and we say thank God. If the state you're in and the state they say asking you to stay home, please obey the rule. Once the state decided, or whatever they decided to say, you guys can open up. You're from Liberia. Don't forget where you come from. Even though the people say you must open you, but always think at the back of your mind. You got mom and pop by home waiting for you. You got sister, brothers, and the entire country counting on you. Don't go say because the people say you must open up, you hawking people and no. The one say bye bye, say hi, how you doing? You know, like this. Oh my bad, good. Don't go and do this kind of thing right now. Not the time. That not this time right now. Hey my man, what's happening? That not it right now. They want oh yeah, my man. Good evening. You do like Indian people now. From now on for about almost a year, let us all do like hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? That kinds of stuff. I'm making fun of it, but it's very serious. It's very serious. So please take care of yourself, and we will do our best here tonight to give you some information. Let's start the show. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Those of you that are usually here, you know how my show usually starts. And I start with the leader of the Republic of Liberia, our president, my president, Republic of Liberia, Dr. Weah. Duly elected, 61.5%. Duly elected. And we said we're going to wait our time. And then we will challenge this president to see if we can dislodge him from his position. Other than that, we have to respect him. We have to accept his position. And we have to respect his leadership. We don't have to agree with him, but we must respect him as our leader. That's Dr. Weah. I'm not going to be playing the video here tonight because things that are happening and I'm going to be talking about has nothing to do with Dr. Weah video tonight. So I'll just go straight into the show itself, folks. Samson told. My conversation here this afternoon or this evening have to do with the COP and what is happening. And this is what I have. Chairman Henry P. Costa, Chairman COP, and I wrote down there, I said the buck stop here. Your chairman, your name planting putum, you chairman. Everything happening on your watch. The buck stop with you. And on a very serious note, I wanted my program tonight about COP. I'm not here to take a victory lap. Far from it. COP is not going nowhere. They're not going anywhere. Anybody that's taking a victory lap, then you don't know yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it because you'll be out here eating crow very shortly. COP, if like any other political party, they're going through some wrangling. And eventually they will come out clean. I hope. Because many young Liberians are now gravitating, if they have not already done so, to this COP and their leadership. Why is it? Because the leadership themselves is just as young as they are. And so for some of us that are older, we consider this group to be like a buffer zone between the present government of the Republic of Liberia and the people of the Republic of Liberia. And COP have demonstrated that years. What? How many times? 4 or 5 times now? And they have already shown to the Liberian people that they can do better. Disagree with me, please, if you don't mind that. However, what had happened within the last 2 days is something to give us a pause. And I'm going to be focusing my conversation here this evening with the chairman, Honorable Henry P. Costa. Chairman. First of all, Mr. Chairman, the position of being chairman, let me take it serious here a little bit this evening, folks. You can't force leadership. Leadership comes to you because you've already been ordained. Simple as that. And if you can disagree with me, so be it. You can run away from leadership over and over, but when God ready to say you going to be the leader, there's nothing you can do. And so my conversation this afternoon is with Henry Costa. This man is young. When I was about his age, you can't catch me around any kinds of leadership position, let alone you can't even catch me around I call it meeting and things like that. I'm in the street playing football. What am I going to do with want to be leader of what? We was at that time when I was much younger then. I followed Pat. But there was no way that I was going to be asked, even if I was his age at that time, I wasn't going to be asked to say, Samson, can you be coordinator in it? No, I'll say no. Sunday morning, I'm going to play football. After I finish listening to Pat, I'm going to stay right there, Coconut Plantation to go play football. Why come and be leadership for? For what reason? But these days, the young Liberians, they are not like us. The young Liberians nowadays, first of all, they're sophisticated. And second, they want to take leadership role to help Liberians because they themselves have seen the devastation of disagreement, what that would do for the country. And they all watched that. Some of them were born in it. Some of them have not known true peace. True peace. Where you can lay down in your house and open your window and the wind blow from the beach all the way across your house. They have not known that. They always, right now in Monrovia, most of the houses, forget wire bar, they're just like a jail bar. They have these steel rods crossing each other on the window. So many young Liberians have not known serious, real peace. Somebody steal, then they say, okay, let's keep it here until the police come. They don't do that nowadays. You're lucky if they keep you there. If you steal, they catch you. You're looking for you yourself calling for police to come catch you. That's what these young Liberians are nowadays. However, one other distinction between they and some of us is that many of them, when you give them the opportunity, the first thing they want to do is to educate themselves. And in the process of educating themselves, they gravitate toward community organization. They're very helpful. They're very helpful. They're very helpful. And in that vein, I'm going to have a conversation this evening with Mr. Costa. And I start this conversation like this. Mr. Costa, Honorable Costa, I will call you that. First of all, I want to thank you. Over the last 6-7 months, what you have done, what you have demonstrated. I don't care what people say here again tonight, but that's their job. Whenever I talk about this, they come and call me names and say, I don't care what you... I know my position in life. God knows my position because he's giving me the position. He made, what I was going to be here today or not? Who are you? You think I'm scared of you? Cost me, I don't care. You're not God. I know who I am. I know my position in the community. I know what the talent God have given me. None of you can take that away. And in Liberia, what do we say? My ain't paying you more, you ain't paying my more. So what you think you would say that would make me scared? I'll beg here. So let me go on. Honorable Costa, once again, I want to thank you. There are many of us that are not quite comfortable with some of the way you carry on the message. But some of us, do not look at the messenger. We look at the message. And from that perspective, I think the way the message has been delivered over the few months or whatever year that you have been in this vanguard, we want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. But I want to say this to you. There are many, many, many young Liberians and even older Liberians that are gravitated towards you. Believe in you. You got nothing. You're not going to say you go over and give $1 million or something like that. You're a young man who's supposed to be hanging to nightclub, but you put all that aside and you concentrate on helping people. Some people don't see it that way. Some of us don't see it that way. That's okay. But those of us that look at it from a different perspective, nuanced perspective, whatever you want to call it, we're here. We will say it when the time comes. I haven't talked about you for months. But this one I have to speak. People say Henry Costa is disrespectful. He doesn't like to work with people. And I will show, I have a little, just 2-second clip that I'm going to show to Liberians here again tonight. Perhaps they have forgotten. And I need to remind them. I'm not here to praise you. You don't need no praising from people. You don't even know me anyway. So why would you want me to praise you? However, I'm a Liberian. And I appreciate you challenging this government. And perhaps the government might turn them to say, oh, the men we don't like. Of course, they will never like you challenging them. But I bet when you go to bed at night, they appreciate you. The fact that you continue to speak up and speak on issues, you and your people speak on issues that are affecting Liberians. They don't just rush to making fully decision anymore. They think twice. Yeah, we don't agree with that decision, but sometimes they think twice now. And whenever they make a decision, rush decision, without considering the people that they're leading, you and your people will stand up through the rooftop and yell and scream. No, that's what you do. And so we appreciate it. Mr. Chairman, you are the chairman of COP. Look at this picture I'm putting up. Frontline general, leave no man behind. Look at you. Look at Mo Ali. Look at Koruba. Why were you wearing a bulletproof vest in your own country, in your own street, a street of Monrovia, street that you grew up in? Why must you wear bulletproof vest? Why? Why? Why aren't you just there to walk the street of Monrovia anytime you want, that you have to wear bulletproof vest? And when do people wear bulletproof vest? Okay, I don't need to step that far. Let me make this conclusion before I go on with my stuff. Frontline general, leave no man behind. Go and do your job. This is what Liberians and many of us expect of you. Go and get these two people that make up your membership, Honorable Yeka Koluba and Sister Ure. Go and get them. Bring them back. Show that you are a leader. I don't need to tell you what a leadership is, what a leadership is supposed to do. I don't need to tell you that. You know what you need to do. Go and bring these people back. It doesn't matter what it takes. These are people that you were on the front line with, in the trenches, or you can call it political trenches or what have you, but it nearly cost people life. Go. The same God. I remember when you were going to Monrovia a few times ago. At that time, I was driving, coming from Dallas. I drove all the way from Dallas to Sacramento, which was like about 2 days or so. I went over there because my daughter was giving birth, so I went there to watch, be there to support. But when coming back, I heard the video. I heard the audio where you were going to Liberia, and pastors, preachers, ordained preachers in our community, God-fearing people, were laying their hand on you, blessing you, praying for you to go to your own country. You weren't going there to womanize. You weren't going there to party. But you were going, people understood that you were going there for a specific purpose. And people gravitate towards you and pray for you. That prayer has not ended, it's still there. In these kinds of positions, in these kinds of situations, you will always be tested. Costa. Some of us, we sit in the platform and speak blah, 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 something, but some of us has gone through a lot. Some of us have gone through a lot. And I'm not going to sit here tonight and say, I did this, they want this. No, nothing. The only thing is, this is what my mom would tell me. When I go to school or somebody get me angry, oh, do you want here today? I can't wait. I'm not going to do anything. The person myself going to meet on the 4 feet. And when I reach it, they kind of blow out again. And my mom say, can't hear. Why you stupid like that so? They say, let me see in your hand. They say, let me see in your stomach. Because people can see your hand. You are a leader. You are a leader. Go back and get these people. Honorable Custer, make it your duty that these two individuals come back. There was something they saw when they joined you guys. That thing still exists. Make it clear to them. And I will go farther than that here tonight. Who among us that don't know who Custer is at this time? You have not somebody that just come lately and decide they want to trust you to the leadership position. You're a firebrand. We all know that. You throw a firebomb. We all know that. And yet still people gravitate towards you. Perhaps there are people that have the knowledge to compartmentalize your position as a chairman and able to speak for the Liberian people, or the chair or COP, and that of the talk show host. People were able to separate those two things. So people like Yeke Koluba and your own sister, Madam Yuri, they know who you are. Go and get them. Show to the people that you have it in you. It's not just you talk every morning and bring out issues every morning. That's not all it is. Go back to these two individuals and bring them back on board. It's very important. It's very important. Because there's some of us that I've come out here and I've stated that before, and I've always encouraged people like Jefferson Kochi to go to school because he has tested politics. He's not going to get out of it. And eventually, I know people like Jefferson Kochi, they're going to meet you. And Samson too. I don't pull punches. And if he's not prepared, you will eat his lunch. I've been saying that, and I continue to say it. However, this is something in anything you do in life. There's test. For example, you're getting ready to go to class. You have an exam. You study all night. But guess what? You don't live on the class. You don't live in the classroom. You driving. Boom, tire, blow up. Oh, my goodness. You call the professor. He was just getting ready to go to class. Okay, well, I don't know how I'm going to tell you, but anyway, but let's see. When you're done, come. We'll talk about it. And if you don't know how to handle it, you get a bad grade. Simple as that. But it's in you how to approach, how to deal with the type of situation. That's the small compared to what you people went through here. Only those that have not experienced anxiety in life will take what you and the group of people that went through this protest will take it lightly. But when somebody's been telling you you're gonna die, Samson talk. Y'all not made me talk plenty, man. I beg you, go and bring the people. Somebody look at you and say you're not gonna make it past tomorrow, and you don't know whether you're gonna make it past tomorrow. But then you're not about to show that you're scared. You're scared. It's like any other person. But you deep inside and say, I'm not going to show this person. Bring it on, you say. That's life. People have gone through that. Some of us have gone through that. Go and get these people, Mr. Costa. Those who are jubilating in the social media and things like that, I call them tiny sedition. I got nothing against them, but I call them tiny sedition because they don't understand what it is to be a leader. They have no clue. They have none whatsoever. You think people running when Costa goes somewhere, people go to go see? You think because it's because you're handsome? Far from it. Far from it. Because of who you represent, the things that in you that represent their interest. And Yeke Koluba, Madam Ure, brought that same interest on the board. When Madam Ure, during the election, she got caught behind, I'm not going to say enemy line, because these are all Liberians, but she got caught behind whatever line you want to call it. And her life was being threatened. And I was on here. She's not even my daughter. I don't even know her. But I've been saying many times, if my daughter banging on that in the house here right now, and she get caught, like they were gonna kill me. I went for my daughter. My blood in there. You say she can't. I come in there. But you know why? I truly believe Mr. Ure love his kids. And the only reason why we didn't hear yobo because he trusted you and the group of you that are there to protect her. She's your sister. Get on the horn, Mr. Costa. Show us. Once again, it's not that you haven't shown that before. But that's the challenge all the time. In this type of situation, you will always be challenged. But there are certain people that you don't let go. Do what you can to get Honorable Yeke Koluba and Ure back in the camp. Whatever it is, you guys have gone through a lot of stuff together. Why is it that your own sister was not able to tell you? You need to go deeper than that. Because the video you made the other day, I know, we're all human beings. We get to the position and say, oh, we do that. We do, but I want you to reconsider all of those. You were, okay, she not in the position. The position is being advertised with one woman. That's it. Let them wait. Let them wait that time. Bring Madam Ure back in that position. Not that she's the only female that can do that kind of job. Far from it. You got other Liberians, young, educated just like her, talented just like her. But she cannot leave like that. It's not a political party. I'm not going to call it political, but it's a movement. Movement, people come and go. But you must have a core of that movement. And these are the core of that movement. And I'm asking you, go and get them. Go and get them. And to those who are supporters of COP, please, those of you that are insulting and throwing some whatever Yeka Koluba and Madam Ure, you are not true supporter of this group. I don't believe that. Because if you are, then you would think of the survivability of this group. Not that when these people leave, the group cannot survive. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not going to stay here tonight and speculate who breaking this group up and far from it. Nobody able to touch this group. This is a group of young Liberians that were able to put thousands of Liberians in the street with no blood. Man, who able to break them? Who? The same group, COP, is being recognized all over the world. Who able to break them? CDC? Please. Yo, man, that made me talk, man. I beg you. So I'm saying here again tonight, to Mr. Custer, Honorable Custer in this case, go and bring your people. Frontline general, no man can. You can't leave anybody behind. Go get them. Go get them. And before I let me show you this other video here. Those of you that, oh, Custer is rude. Custer, he just like to do things by himself. It's a 2-second video, but it's very interesting. I have so many videos of Custer. During the COP demonstration, there was so many things that were going on with Custer. And one thing that I enjoyed about him is that those things he doesn't keep to himself. He will do videos sometime, and then I will look at the video, and then I'll make my own judgment, like many of you. But this little video, 2 seconds, not even 2 seconds, I'm going to be showing you. Custer, they were COP, they were there, they were getting ready to do their press conference. He's a chairman, and was a spokesperson at that rate, and he was given the platform to speak. But guess what? He recognized that Senator Dillons were in the room with him. And for respect, and those kind of things, they don't just come overnight. They are part of you. And people say, you ain't got no respect. Let me show you. Instant. It comes like this. Boom. He wasn't thinking, he said, I hear with Senator Dillon. No. As soon as he read it, said, you can see from his movement that it was instinction. It wasn't something to say, oh, he waiting. Instantaneously, he just boom. Let's watch that video. Okay? Now, here you watch again. Custer is going to be saying something, but I clip all that one up. I just put that part where he was asking Senator Dillon approval for him to proceed. And you tell me he ain't got respect, and you tell me he like to work by himself? Far from it. Let's watch this video. Samson told Liberian Public Radio. Let's watch this video.
Wow. Yes. Okay.
Let's watch it again.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Watch it again.
Wow. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Watch it again.
Wow. Wow. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Watch it again.
Wow. Wow. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Watch it again.
Wow. Wow. Yes. Okay. Okay.
You hear that? Or can I start? Then Senator Dillon said, yes. He said, okay. And this is a young man, you say he doesn't have respect for people? What does he owe Senator Dillon at that moment? He was a COP spokesperson. But he asked, oh, can I start? Senator Dillon said, yeah. He said, okay. And from that perspective, I think there's certain thing within him, within this young man, that is there you can't distinguish. I mean, you can't exclude that. You can't just blow it off or try to disguise it. It's not possible. And from that, I will continue to plead with Mr. Custer to go and get this young lady. She's your sister. She said, and I will be ridiculous here tonight. What my fakes will be, how to get these people back if they're trying to play ball, how to get them. This lady, this young lady, she put herself among the men, thousands and thousands of them, and was ahead. Because why? She believed in certain people within that group, that in terms of anything she will be protected, and one of them is his brother. But then in this type of time, you will be challenged. And so you've been challenged. So, Mr. Costa, go and get her back. Go and get her back. Let's go on to another one here. Yes, they do see. Yeka Kolubat and Sister Yuri are out there during the COP campaign. They can't leave now. First of all, they must be able to, you should explain to them. You should explain to them that the fight is not over yet. Far from it. Far from it. Far from it. Okay? Look at this, Mr. Costa. You think people, thousands, multitude of people, you think they're following you because you're handsome? Young Liberians gravitating towards you because you're handsome? Or because you got money to give them? Or you got position to give them? How do you think you even got here? It happened overnight? You are a leader. As simple as that. I've always stated this, and I will say it again tonight. Besides Dr. Weir, you're second in popularity as far as I'm concerned in Liberia. So we have to understand who you are as a Liberian among us. And the good thing that I like about this, you're young. You still have the energy. So the fact that you continue to challenge this government. Now, I don't really, sometimes not comfortable with the position and the way the message is being carried forward. I'm not comfortable. But I'm not going to challenge the messenger. I listen to the message so that I don't miss it. How the message is delivered, we can talk about that later. But is the message clear? Is the message in the interest of the Liberian people? Is the message is there to prevent violence? Is the message is there to preach peace? That's what I'm looking at. And this is why you people continue to exhibit, as far as I'm concerned. And therefore, I ask you again. I ask you again, Mr. Messenger, go and get these people to continue to help you to carry the message forward. This movement, as you correctly stated the other night, is bigger than any one of you. And these two individuals, I believe they have that. They clearly have that. They have the understanding of that. But we cannot. There's too many things riding on this. Let's put aside whatever it is. Bring these people back on board. And let me be ridiculous now. If the ridiculousness that I'm talking about, let me come to that. Ombo Yeke Kaluba, not only is he from, he's representing people in Moserado County, but I believe he's from another county. Has his parents, his uncle, his relatives all over. And there are people, excuse me, you have seen Ombo Yeke Kaluba going to this county during the COP stuff, to run COP campaign, the protest campaign, and people will follow him. Ombo Yeke Kaluba is respected all over the country. And Madam Ure, at the same time, not just because she's from Monrovia or from Carisburg, People know about the entire, in fact, American embassy, the women over there respect her. And many young Liberians lady gravitate towards her. Many Liberian lady gravitate towards her. They believe as young as she is to thrust herself among these men who believe in politics that nobody, no woman can be anything. They only the men should. And she said, I can prove you guys wrong. She was with you. Now, let me be ridiculous. If you engage them, and if they refuse, call crowd on them. I say so. Call people. Call the elders of Liberia. They will listen to you. Call the chiefs. They will listen to you because they know this thing is in their interest. You think the people that children who are in the street, you think they got the young men, they ain't got power, mind and power then? And when you call, you people call and they follow, you think the people they follow them, they ain't, oh, you might not do so. Oh, you think they were not talking to them? It's okay. We trust these people. You go ahead. Make sure no violence. And so when the young people came that day, if the police have not interrupted, I think we're going to be peaceful. Because before leaving their homes, they were being advised already to make sure they follow the leadership. So now, why people have the diseases are most likely going to affect all of us. Why were these two individuals in this type of time we want to put COP at the forefront of the page of negativity? For what reason? We need to find out. But this is not the time to question them. Bring them back on board, and then people can question them later. And if you engage them, I believe if they refuse to engage you, COP, people that are representing the members of COP, they are Liberians. Call them. Call a meeting. Call a large gathering if need be. Let's meet at Yaka, because Yaka Koluba has always provided his place for meeting. So we write Yaka Koluba. When I say we, I don't mean San Sinto. I can't do it here from Sacramento. I'm saying Liberians. Extend an invitation to Yaka Koluba. We want a meeting, and we want it at your house. If the backdoor channel is not successful, let's do it front door. We want a meeting at your house. And you bring all these chiefs. Yaka Koluba will not tell these chiefs that I don't want to meet with you. No. Yaka Koluba, in fact, will be happy to have these chiefs so he can express his grievance, whatever it is that's going on with him. Because this is how we settle things as Liberians. Most of the time, you're up in the countryside. So for us, as Liberians, this is very important. Those of you that all jubilating all on the social media, then you don't understand. You don't understand democracy. Because what COP is doing, has done, the political party, opposition political, they can't do that. Because if they come up with anything like that, they're going to be branded as being opposition. They people that they want power, man. But COP, on the other hand, yeah, they're being supported by the opposition. Because you see, that's the thing people don't understand about politics. And I mean, not only am I an engineer, but I'm a political junkie as well. So if you watch the COP operation, the political party, the leadership, the political party leadership, they were all in the background. They were not in the front. Because you know, they're not stupid. If we get ahead of this, they will use us. The government will use us and try to say we can't have the look at these people, you'll wait for your turn. And the international community will understand that these people are trying to take power when they're not supposed to. So they decided we're going to stay in the back. But when COP went ahead, the international community they were bound to listen, because the COP was composed of many Liberians. And this, Mr. Costa, Honorable Costa, Go and get these people. Use your power as a chairman. Get these people. They're human beings just like any other person. There must be something that got them to a position or don't want to be part of this thing anymore. They didn't just get up overnight and say, I don't want to be this thing anymore. No. It must have been happening over and over, and perhaps they got to a point they say, okay, you know what? I can't deal with this. I don't want to fight with anybody. I don't know. But whatever it is, put that aside right now and make these two individuals to understand. Not that the COP cannot go without them, but make them to understand that their position, they cannot relinquish that position at this time. The fight is not over yet. I mean, I'm not talking about literally fighting, but the political wrangling is not over yet. There's too many things the COP have brought to light for Liberians to understand. Not necessarily accusing the government of being corrupt, but I bet you because of people like the COP, when the government doing something that they think twice. They're not just going to get and say, well, blah, blah. No. In fact, I will be ridiculous on this one as well. If the position COP is in now, in as much bringing things to light, if this was the time Dr. Weah was supposed to declare asset, I bet you were going to declare asset. Because he wasn't going to go without declaring the asset, knowing fully well that COP and the rest of the people are going to be making noise. So the function of COP is very important. It's very important to the stability of Liberia. COP function in that country not only help in terms of security, but it also help to legitimize the government of the Republic of Liberia in the eyes of the international international community. If you don't know that, let me tell you that today. Let me let you know right now. Because I keep saying it, the international community will not come and pick your finance minister for you. Whoever you present to them, whoever the country present, they will deal with them. But they will most likely, if that finance minister, if he's not going the way things are supposed to be, they're not going to go beyond and give extra. They will only give what is proportional, whatever it is that they put aside for that country. But having the COP questioning every move of the government is strengthening the institution. That's why some of you don't even understand. You're missing that point. You come out here turning sedition, coming out here cussing and this and that. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Because for some of us, the function, the kinds of things COP is doing in our country by holding the government feet to the fire, it helps to stabilize the country. It helps in terms of security of that country, because people will not just get up one morning and start saying, oh, you know what people are doing, but you go get rid of them. That kind of, you go get rid of them. Those things, they will never happen again in Liberia, God forbid. God forbid. Because they know that if you fool around, there are people within the government. How do you think? Let's go back. I'm sidestepping here. Folks, Samson told Liberian Papa, I'm diverging a little bit. Well, let's go back to Costa. Forget about COP Costa, and let's go back to Costa radio station. How do you think Costa get most of his information, folks? Because there are people within the government that get this information, pass it on to him. Maybe in the government, I don't care what the government, but they have those information and they pass the information on to, because they know very well that he served a specific purpose in that country. Most of them don't agree with the messenger, the delivery of the message. I'm not comfortable with when Costa come on air and say, George, we are wearing $4,000 shoe. George, we are so crooked. I don't agree with it. I'm not comfortable with it. However, but when he comes out and start naming some of these people that are coming in with company and people are supposed to be getting money, and people when he start naming your people, and then the next thing you know, front page Africa carrying it, all of newspaper carrying it, then you wonder why. So then it's okay, and the government official, they themselves, they read these things. So I'm going back to that again. The COP and Custer continue to help Liberia. If you don't understand that, please take it to the bank. I say so. You know my name? Samson Toe. You know where I come from? Toe Town. Thank you. It's a very serious business here. So once again, I'm not going to be here long tonight. It's Monday afternoon. I just ask Custer. Once again, and they want about that BMO coming in now. Show your juice. Oh man. Show to us again. On a very serious note. Every time. The kinds of things happen. We don't know what Custer will do today. You want to pass Custer, pass Mark. And then you come and show Liberians. When you were getting ready to go to Liberia here at that time, some of us were praying because I was under the impression, and I truly believe that people were going to die. However, you keep saying nobody going to get hurt. You trust me. But it was difficult for some of us. It was difficult. But you came through. Do it again. These two individuals, they're not running competition with you. Maybe there's something happening somewhere. I don't know. And I'm not about ready to speculate on nothing. The buck stops with you, the chairman. Anything that goes wrong in the COP, you, the chairman. You can't put it on nobody else. Not even the individual themselves, even if they're wrong by leaving, it's still you. Take the responsibility and address it. Like, if you know what it is you want, you have to do. When you open your radio station, and let me point that out before I open the line here. I'm going to be opening it because I'm not going to be that long tonight. Let me point this out here. When you open your line, you open your radio station, you open the line. A few months back, you used to have ladies line and the men line. And the old lady, they will call. When you start your radio show, here we're about 3 hours behind. Okay? So 2 o'clock at night, I'm still up. I'm listening to you. Most of the time. I haven't done that lately. Because I know, nothing, ain't no demonstration happening. So, but I listen to you. But the point that I want to make here, when you open the line, and this is why most of these people, the tiny sedition, they don't understand. When you open your line, the old lady use that opportunity to express themselves. Things they can't say nowhere else. They come and say it through you. Then when they leave, even they ain't got nothing to eat. Custer, I say, my son, God will bless you. Allah. My son, God will bless you for giving me the chance to talk today. So people will hear what I got to say, or even what she's saying, if it's not in the interest or whatever it is that you're talking about that day. But the mere fact that she was able to express herself. And for the government to go and close that radio station down. It didn't just affect you, but they didn't know that they were affecting themselves. They didn't know that. And the only thing now, the only reprieve they have is the virus stuff. Why you think they're having so much issue with trust? With trust. Because if these people were smart, which they are, I believe they're smart. But I would have gone, if I were there, I would leave the main radio open and let's listen. Because if you have everybody, we are you so good, you can't do wrong. What kind of country is that? But if you have Custer radio broadcasting every morning, giving the old people way in the country opportunity to call in. Some of them, they spend $1 to buy their car, and they will not allow their grandchildren then to touch that car until the car cost us show. And some of them, when they call, true story, I'm not making it up. Some of them, when they call, they can be crying. They can be crying. But when they finish speaking, they feel so good about themselves. That is what the country is supposed to be for and what this country is about. People might not like it, but they don't understand that you provide other avenue for brothers and sisters, mothers, fathers to speak their mind. They don't understand that. Once again, let me make it clear. I too am not comfortable with the message, the delivery of the message. Many of the time I'm not comfortable. But I'm not that much concerned about that than it is the message that is coming through. Because if you listen to the message, the more people talk, the easier it is to understand each other. I just want to make that point. So before I open a line, and I'm not too sure people are going to be calling or whatever, but if you want to call me, I will open a line. You can call me and bring it on. Tell me whatever you want to tell me. Don't what I think you need to stay away from. You can do whatever you want to do. It's your choice. To stay on the computer and cuss. You want to cuss? Call me. Because here's the thing about calling me and cussing me. I've been out here now. I haven't used any kind of bad language. You think you're able to come on my show and cuss? Even if I'll cut you off, you able? No, because there's no, the opportunity is not there. This is not that kind of show. So you won't call because you want to cuss, but you know very well that people are listening to you. Because when you call, I will ask you for your name. Even you can give me a different name. But you know between you and your God that you're calling a show to have an intellectual engagement. And then you're going to come and start cussing me. I have no control over that. But as decent as you are, it would not permit, your inner core will not permit you to call and cuss. You will only do it behind the computer. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not afraid of opening the line. Because what I'm saying here, I'm not asking you to agree with me. These are my opinions. And I expect you to allow me to express them. Just I'm going to allow you to express yours as well if you want to call. Okay? This is Samson to LeBron Paparito. Before I take leave here and put the stuff for people to call, let me wrap it up by saying, Chairman Costa, this is not a challenge. Far from it. I'm just pleading. I'm asking you because I know your ability. Samson too. But the one I'm coming to put on that people they're gonna start cussing again. You remember when you want to sell him? When I came up, I was like, I enjoy this young man. There's no way I cannot enjoy him. As a political junkie, you got to sell him. You look at the situation after observing what he said. Oh, look at the people here. I don't need to repeat what you did. That's genius. I enjoy it. And then if I enjoy, why can't I express that feeling? Folks, I'm saying to like, bro. Yeah. And this is the kinds of ideas and geniuses that you need to bring up again. Go and get your brother and sister. Don't let them get away from you. Go get them. You haven't killed anybody. You haven't done anything that will warrant them to say they want to break their friendship with you. Go to them. Go to them. I wish I had your number. I would have called you, but I don't have other means. So I said, okay, let me do it on my platform. And it's nothing secret but COP anyway. So go and get them. These are people you were in the trenches with. Any of you could have gotten killed that day. Martin Luther King was killed. And folks, don't say you commend Martin Luther King to Costa, please. Far from it. I'm just telling you. Martin Luther King was killed in a public setting. It wasn't like he was at night people creep out on him. He was standing at a hotel balcony when they shot him. How much more when you put yourself, you and your group put yourself in the front of thousands and thousands. You don't know who carried guns. The terrifying moment. How terrifying it was to some of us. Like I said, only those who have not experienced life-threatening situation will be comfortable with that. But I was petrified because it brought back so much memory to myself. What people clack, 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 you're done. I'm serious. Clack, clack, clack. The gun like they clack, clack. So they not moving something to the end of you. And you stand there and say, you can't do it. Not that you were not scared. I wasn't scared. I was scared, but I believe it was in time. You can't do that to me. So some of us have gotten these kinds of experiences before. But for you and your group to go through that, it wasn't like you were asking for population, you were asking for popularity. It wasn't like you wanted to be, you wanted people to pay you and what have you. Far from it. You got your own young son. I'm an engineer. And so many times people have been asking me to go to Liberia. He's 10 years old now. The people started asking me when he was 6 years. I said, I can't leave my 6-year-old. I said, I can't leave my 7-year-old. I can't leave my 8-year-old. I can't even. He's still 10. I'm not leaving. Why won't leave my 10-year-old here? And you have your son with you. But you were able to put that aside and go. And people don't understand how difficult it was. For you, why if God forbid, why if something were to happen to you, what was going to happen to your son? Have they ever thought of that? I hear here in the United States, folks, I've been around. I was with Eula for a long time. And I've seen so many families break up because of Liberians. There are certain Liberians here that are so much involved in the Liberian community organization that they don't pay attention to their own children. I'm not making it up. I know a friend, a good friend of mine, because of Liberian issues, his son, smart young man, the mother used to be a professor at the university, but he wasn't able to go anywhere because the father wasn't there. And yet this young man has his own son. He's supposed to be cradling his son. Then he said, okay, son, I'll be back. I'm going to Liberia for somebody from, like people that Samson told them from way to town. I'm going over there. I don't know what will happen. Son, I will be back. You think he left from here? Oh, cause blah, blah, blah. Why if something bad have happened? God forbid. Some of you go to these kinds of gatherings. Some of you go to these kinds of engagement. Some of you go to these kinds of things with fun because you think you want to disgrace somebody or because you think you want to degrade somebody. You able to do what this young man have done? No, on a very serious note. Some of you able to leave your fufu bowl, let alone a son. Please, don't let me start. I beg you, your man, let me start the afternoon, man. I beg you. So anyway, I will leave it as that because I'm getting too emotional on this here because I know plenty, Liberia men say plenty family member, their wives, something, he can't stay home. Chicago, he there. Minnesota, he there. Anywhere about Liberian community because he wants to help in the process leaving family members behind. I've seen it. Then when this young man decided to be involved, then people, he's doing it for money. What money? What money you got to pay the man to leave his son? Sometimes you can make me think twice. But anyway, not everybody gonna appreciate these kinds of stuff. Those of us that have the clear understanding will be appreciated, and that's good enough. As long as you do it from the bottom of your heart, between you and your God, that you're satisfied with what you're doing, that's what counts. So once again, before I open the line, Costa, please do whatever you can to get Yeke Kaluba and Sister Yuri back on board. Talk to them. You call, they will pick up your call. Talk to them, even if they don't. To make things, the worst you can do, if they refuse, call crowd on them. Call the old people. Because you got support in the community as well. Call the old people. You can stay here, have meeting with the old people back home. You don't go meet at Yeke. You think Yeke Kolba will say, no, you want to come to my house? You can't say that. And let him stay between with the old people. And let him say, no, I don't want to join COP again. When Yeke Kolba see the old people coming, he will know how important the COP business is. He knows already. Okay? Samson told LeBron Paparito, let me go ahead and open my line. It's a very interesting stuff here. Please give me a call. Say whatever you want to say. It's up to you. Okay? How you want to address me is up to you. Who am I to say you can or will? But I'm looking for a picture that I can put up here that you'll still be able to see my number. All right, let's do this. Oh, I can't do that. All right, I can't do that. Okay. Let's try this again. Tell me if you can see the number. If not, then I need to change the picture. Excuse me. Samson told LeBron Paparito. Let's go ahead. Samson told LeBron Paparito, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, Mr. Thank you so much for letting me on. I'm calling from United Kingdom in London.
Oh, thank you. Wow, way over there in London. Thank you very much for calling us. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah, really. No, I know for the time you open your mouth, I've been watching and waiting to make a comment. And the real thing, you raised a vital point tonight about Costa. Costa really need to reunite with the two people, Yeke Kolba and Peter Yuri, because those two people fought hard for him, especially for his safety. When you were escaping to go to Sierra Leone, Peter Yuri was one.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, I think there's a delay in the communication. Okay, now, Taylor Yuri, she is one of the great young woman, one of the really progressive politicians, and I believe in her so much for what she did in the recent time. And I think Costa needs someone like Taylor Yuri and Yeke Kolba to be, behind him. And personally, I think that Costa, people sometimes demonize him, but as you said earlier on, he's a good person. He's a good human being. And many people don't understand the kind of person he is. I remember a few years ago when Ellen Johnson were in power. Costa were on Ellen Johnson back, and I could remember when the CDCN were also supporting him that time, they used to call him hero. But today, in the eye, he became the demon, he became the arrogant, all sort of things they're calling him now. So personally, I think, and as an older person, I don't know you, I was a friend. I'm 50 years old.
You what? You how many years old?
Yeah. I'm 50 years old, yeah.
Oh, you even touch my toe. No pun intended.
Okay, no problem. Okay. But I'm an older guy too, you know. But to be frank, Chief, I'm so happy for the fact that you God gave that sort of wisdom, you know, because what you just said to Costa to wherever he is, whether he listens to you, but whoever wants to convey that message to him, he will sit down and think twice. Because someone like Costa will need him. And we need him also with a great, support, with great backbone behind him. You know, without these people, it will be very difficult for things to happen already with him. Because at the moment, these are the loyalists he has, that can make him to both do things in Liberia to get results. At the moment, there's no one else in Liberia who is really taking the place of Costa. I will need him. Personally, will need him. Me, to be frank, Mr. Otto, I'm an ex-military officer. I'm not a civilian. And what happened in Liberia, all that comes to my mind is that it has to stop. If nothing stops, then definitely someone maybe will let us send me one day. Because it cannot continue to happen. And someone like Costa is vocal, is helping the Liberian, and it gives the assurance to Liberian people that somebody there who advocating for them.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Deputy Chief, thank you again for the point you raised tonight. I see some critics talking nonsense, but don't get any credence, because there are a bunch of citizens who don't know the truth, who understand when people are saying the truth. But Costa is a good person. Costa is a nationalist. Costa is a really advocator for the poor. He did it during early time, and he's still doing it. But he needs supporters to stand behind him. Unfortunately, he was let down by the opposition leaders that caused all the problem today.
That's okay.
So I think let him go back to two individuals, especially a young Yuri woman. She's a fantastic young lady, and I'm a great fan, to her.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Give me a call here, 916-533-2048. Anyhow. So, again, once again, this man he just said most of it as well. Costa, like I stated earlier, Costa served a wonderful, wonderful service for the Liberian people. And only those that don't have a good instance of a political, or don't have the political wisdom, will consider Costa other than what he is. Now, like I said, I'm not that comfortable either with the way the message is delivered at times. But the message that comes out is what we should be looking at. Don't look at the messenger. And that's one of the things here again some time ago. And that's one of the things I keep saying, and people don't want to accept it. If you look at the messenger and not the message, Costa and his people will continue to eat your lunch. They did it with the what's his name, the justice minister here one time. Let me take this call. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? Can you please lower your monitor, please?
Hello, hi. I'm calling from New Jersey. My name is T.
Thank you. What's on your mind?
I tuned into the show and I was a little bit kind of late. Could you run it by me what the topic was about?
Well, basically, I'm just asking Costa and pleading with Costa to seek reason. There's two COP members, one of the stronger members, two of them left COP. And so I am asking the chairman to find reason and see reason to go and get them back on board.
Oh, okay. So I mean, Liberian politics is kind of like it's a hard thing to be in. It's too much deceit going on. And even if he do go back or try to talk to them, sometimes I think it's a trust factor too. You understand? It's a lot of jealousy. It don't need to be. Heron Costa is who he is. Heron Costa made Heron Costa. I mean, in America, we watch the Fox News, we watch CNN, we watch MSNBC, we got all the different news. We don't tell them what to say, how they want should come out, how they should adjust things, That's him. That's how he talks. Maybe, I don't know. To me, it's too much jealousy. It's beyond just quitting. I don't know why. You can talk about quit or tell her you it. But it's beyond that. And I think at this point in time, we all need to come together. Opposition need to know what it is to be an opposition. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think they know that.
No.
It's like every network you tell, every time you go, every podcast, all they do is Heron Costa. Can they talk about themselves with us putting his name? I think he keep them relevant. But we all going to pray and we'll stand behind him and he will not fall. Because everything he's doing it for the Liberian people.
Right.
You understand? We will stand behind him. So whatever the devil out there is, the devil is a liar. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Again, folks, Samson to Liberian Pop Radio. Number here, 916-533-2048. Give us a call here. So once again, as I was saying, during the COP last running with the law, whatever you want to call it, because Mr. Costa on his radio show as an individual, I love these people. If you don't understand the way eat your lunch all the time as an individual, president, we have to step down. We're not going to stop it. We're going to go for president. We have to step down. So as an individual, that was a statement he was making on his radio show. So anyway, COP wrote the Minister of Justice. I bet you he didn't even read. Never read it. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from, please? What's on your mind?
Yeah, this is Terry calling from Minnesota.
Thank you for joining us, Terry. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah, actually, concerning the Costa business, have been the issue of the day,
okay,
and all of that. But one of the things I hear people talking about how people against Costa and all those kind of things. I don't really want to believe that. I know everybody have enemies, but not that people are against me or so. We need to also hear from the people who have left the group to know what really transpired.
Yeah, I understand that, my brother, and I made that point clear. We'll address that. But for me, my point here tonight, and you have the right to say whatever it is that's on your mind. You can speak your mind. But my point here, and I just want to let you know quickly why I made my show on Costa tonight, is to ask Costa to bring them back on board. After that is done, then perhaps we need to find out what happened. Then maybe Costa and his people need to find out what happened. Then maybe if there's anything they can adjust in their movement and whatever they need to do, they will. But these two people must be brought back. So go ahead, finish your point. Other people are coming.
Yeah, my point is that I want to believe that Costa understands exactly what he's doing. There's a picture I look at Costa, I saw that he's relieved. But if you look at him good, he looked relieved. Now, the reason why I say this politically, I believe that it's good for him because I think in my mind, Costa is fostering a bigger political ambition. I really want to believe that Costa is fostering a bit. And in order to get into the political space of Liberia, you got to brand yourself. You can't keep branding other people, So, and I think that those people will be difficult for you to get them to come back, like from what you're saying, because these people made it. I believe it took them time, especially Cherry Ayue. It took Cherry Ayue time, I believe, to come up with the decisions to make. And if you're then looking at Costa, even from early time, Costa have problem with relationships. Like he had Yanton, one guy they call Yanton. He had Christian Lokofo. All these guys were with him when they started. When they started that job of broadcasting, in Liberia during the early time. Those people all dropped off. Even before Yeket Koruba could resign, Costa had another guy in, what his name, they boy that just left it, that was on the radio station with you. What is that name? I forgot his name. Who just left was in Ghana. His Costa said the boy in Ghana, and the boy decided to.
Okay.
The ball left. I forgot his name, man. Just
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let me check the other people. Go ahead.
Okay. So that's one thing. I believe that the guy just needs to brand himself. Okay. That's what I think. You need to be free to brand himself. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a legitimate point. Thank you very much for raising that. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Folks, if you call and I'm not able to pick up because someone else is on the line, so just give us a minute or so and the person will be done. Folks, if you call also, just remember it's a custom name generate a lot of interest. So please, if you call, try to make it brief so that other people will be able to get time to contribute to this conversation. But anyway, while I'm waiting for the next call, let me finish my statement here. And that is, when the COP wrote the Justice Minister explaining what they intend to do, I don't think I can finish. Samson told LeBron Papa, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind? Please lower your monitor if you don't mind.
How are you, sir?
Thank you. Thanks, John. What's your name, where you're calling from? Please, what's on your mind?
Yeah, my name is Akira Sapa. I'm from Philadelphia.
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's some of mine regarding the Costa issues with that of the two individuals I just left the COP is that I think the two people, if you critically analyze the communication filed by Terry Yuri, I think it is clear she never mentions any disappointment with the COP. She just wanted to leave. But for Yeke Kurba, I see a little bit doubt. I see a little bit doubt in it because COP has, Yahya Kolba has contributed a lot to COP, and COP also have contributed a lot to him, more especially regarding his case with the government. But when it comes to the individual himself, Henry Costa, I was in grade school. I was in 10th grade. I started following Henry Costa up to graduation. Up to now, I still follow him every morning. I make sure I tune out to SoundCloud and listen to the conversation. If you are not honest to yourself as a Liberian, that's the only way you will disagree with him. Because all of what I've been saying, I take key interest of it, and we the Liberians we need to be objective to ourselves at times. Henry Costa appear like a preacher. What the preacher is giving his sermon, you should definitely know that your behavior is in it. The preacher is directly talking to you yourself, to the worshippers. The preacher is describing our behavior. So that's how Henry Costa look like today. Those who supporting George Weah when they were in government, when they were in opposition, they used to cry for Henry Costa. At the same time, they see United Party people turning around insulting Henry Costa, what are they, and calling him all sorts of names, or whatever. Now, CDC is in power. United Party people supporting Henry Costa. Joe Weah supporter considering Henry Costa today has enemy of his state. So you see, that's a complete dishonesty about Liberian people. All right, I think I'll stop. I will stop there to keep change another call.
Thank you for the contribution. Appreciate it, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. So anyway, give me a call here, 916-533-2048. But let me go ahead and finish this statement. So then, when the minister replied, refused to grant them whatever they were asking on the ground that they were seeking to remove the sitting president. And they asked the minister, so you better read out here again. We said it out. That's the interesting thing about it, Mr. Costa and his people. The COP wrote the minister asking to see reason for them to have a peaceful demonstration. Nothing in that piece of paper that state removal of the president, but the fact that Mr. Costa used to say that so many times on his show, it just instantly, when the man was holding the place, okay, coming from there, that's what they say. Samson told LeBron Public, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
This is Zina Dakinas Dua the third. I do call from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Ah, man.
Yeah, and
the one from Total, it was all I want. Where you want to say, my man? Go ahead.
Well, let me applaud the show for being aired in Liberia. I saw that air on what's the thing? Some radio station back there. That's good. At least we'll be calling. Hopefully, the rightful people can start listening. But on the issue of Henry Costa and the COP, Yaka Kolba and what's it again in Kerry, I don't think it was a good idea for these guys to start resigning and staying away from what they formed. Yeah, they were been more than a year or two, and they started stepping away already. I don't think that's an idea. Mostly, if some of them are still looking into this political thing, because I think that the COP it appears to be a force for good, and it's too early to see the hierarchy to start splitting, going apart. I won't be part of it. What was the agenda? And those some of the least I expected was to get Kolba and Kenya. Those are the main people we're looking at. Now they all getting away. Who should we start counting on? What's going on? If I was part of the organization and there's any maybe differences that may cause people want to step out of it, I think it would make sense to do it behind the scene. But still maintain being part and maintain your distance thinker. Because it doesn't look good if the bigger guys who are looking at to be part of this thing to start stepping away for some other reason that doesn't really sound right to me. So what's the future of the COP? I didn't put that in the agenda. Because I already admired the COP when it started, and I'm hoping to be part of it in the future. But now that those that were part of it is breaking away, who do we have?
It's not late yet, my brother. COP, they're young just like you, and they're very energetic just like you. So please, whatever it is, if you believe in what they're doing and if you think it's there for good, not necessarily in terms of violence or bringing government down, but they're in the interest of the people. And if you believe what they're doing, you most likely you need to engage. You need to engage, and that's what I'm asking right now. I'm not even faulting who at fault or what have you. My main thing is I'm asking the chairman to see reason and do whatever it is in his power to bring these two people back. But thank you very much for your contribution. We appreciate it.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Good evening, Mr. K. This is Moses. We're from Iowa. I just want to stress 2 points here. I think Liberian we should be worrying about this virus instead of individual living from COP. The problem should be talking about now how the government will put in place when it comes to treating people with this virus. For example, we have a lot of big hospitals in Liberia, like in the various regions. Like Nima, we have hospital in Capitan, we have hospital in Santa, and San Cole. I don't see it wise for people to be sick and take people from Capitan.
My brother, let me interrupt you a little bit, though. Don't look now,
Yeah.
but you're speaking just like the COP now. That's exactly the function of the COP. They there to make sure things are done the way they're supposed to do to benefit Liberians. That's the kinds of voice they have. Just like you're saying now, that's exactly what it's been said. So why would you not want to see them unite and speak with one voice if you're saying the same thing that's been saying?
For me, I don't have a party. I'm just a independent-minded person. What I'm saying here is this.
No, I understand. I understand. I
Yeah.
understand that. But when you're saying that we shouldn't worry about trying to have
Yeah, the
unity,
reason, yeah.
if you don't have
Yeah, the
unity,
reason why I'm
if
saying
you don't
that
have
though.
unity, if you don't have unity, and I'm not saying they don't.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that they don't have unity. That's not the point that I'm making. But if you have these kinds of things that is happening because they used to and they are still speaking with one
Yeah.
voice, but they're speaking just like things that you're talking about. Those are the kinds of things they advocate for as well. So why would you then say, okay, you're talk, you're advocate for me. However you deal with each other, whether you disagree or whatever, that's not my business. You're tough. Can you do that?
No, Mr. To, what I'm trying to say is people making more issue out of this than while thinking about the problem that is about to happen in like this. Look, some of the issue I would blame Costa too. Sometimes you, as a leader, you have to be slow in speaking. Not everything you want to do in public. You understand? Not everything, even in your home, you may have some problem. You have to be slow in speaking in public. Sometimes a few of those things there. So going forward, I think from here, Costa will learn a lot of things from this. The episodes are going on. You need to be slow in speaking. You need to before going on social media. But what I want to say, I don't really want to. I want to focus on the health issue in life. Liberia is in serious trouble. We don't even have a ventilator in our country. People are not following the rules. In different regions of all of 14 military hospitals, where in Monrovia, I don't think it really helps. Monrovia is not Liberia. They need to decentralize those very hospitals in that very area and help them send a lot of medical equipment there to deal with the other people in the very country.
All right.
You can't take patients from India. So thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I think that's the same thing we said. Thank you very much. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
My name is Lucian calling from New Jersey.
Thank you for calling, man. So what's on your mind?
Actually, this whole COP stuff, they are like trying to weaken some of all who actually have interest in the COP, having the COP, because we have never really had somebody to stand up for us like the way Costa has been standing up for us. But my issue with Costa is he's really emotional and he has to work. He has to work on his anger and the way he attacks issues. There are a lot of things he says. He can be on the right path, but when so many people looking up to you,
my sister, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think if we do that as Liberians, then I think we'll be defeating ourselves. First of all, if let me say this here, then you can finish up if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First of all, if you think Costa message is the kinds of message that you would like Liberian to hear, then why bother about the messenger? As long as he continue to deliver the kinds of message that you think will be beneficial for the Liberian people. Isn't that what we want? Something that the Liberian people will benefit from? Are we trying but are you trying to say, okay, say this thing will benefit from it, but in the meantime we want you to have a perfect character? I mean, why would we want to go that far? I just thought that I'd throw that in there, but go ahead and finish your point.
Right now, Liberians are looking for leaders, and then the same COP is the same as the Council of Petra, because the same people who fight in COP are the same people in the midst of Petra. So, if Henry Costa and Arizona Cumming having an issue, it affects the entire COP and affects the Council of Petra. I'm not saying things that the ANC people do most of the time, or the way they go after Costa. I'm not saying they are doing the right thing, but there are some things that you don't have to come live to push yourself. There are some things that you do behind closed doors before you come live. But it's like every little thing, Costa use the media to destroy or to say whatever he wants to say. Then later he starts regretting. Yeah. Always go behind closed doors, whether somebody attacks you, somebody don't attack you. When you're feeling knowing everything, then you can come and bring a positive picture outside. But it's like, if someone says Costa will take the phone to them, go live and attack that person, then later when people started sending a lot of negative messages, then he come back to say sorry. Because we cannot be going after a government that is incompetent, that is not doing the right thing. Then you people that we are fighting to see whether you will set that example, whether we'll be able to get a leader from the Council of Preachers. Nobody is demonstrating the leadership ability. Everybody just act like they are fighting for their own selfish interest to get in power. That's how they are making, they make us who are not into politics to see. It's just like everybody just fighting for themselves. Because Costa said a lot of good things. He said a lot of things that we follow, but he himself, he don't demonstrate good things the way he approach things. He's emotional. I like Costa as a person, but he's very emotional. He has to work on his emotion, or else he will keep going back and forth with saying sorry. And as a man, you shouldn't always be on the side to say sorry. Always know exactly what to say and when to come on the media.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Right. Okay. Folks, let me just say this here. Not in defense of Costa. Costa can defend himself. That's not it at all. Okay. Let me answer. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Well, how you doing?
Oh, fine. Thank you very much. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Oh, my name is Ibrahim. I'm calling from New York City.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah. You know, we're talking about the COP Costa, right?
Yes.
But, Papi, as our...
But wait. You just ruined the whole topic. Why is it, Papi? At 25 years old, wait, my Papi. What's wrong with you, my man?
Okay, he's the host.
No,
go ahead. He's a total.
Now you're talking. Go ahead, my man. Go ahead. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I think you take the initiative to go to LIBERIA and go talk to here and you can call back. I think that would be good. You can talk to call have contact behind the scene. You can go and meet those people. But Papi, I can tell you this. You see, Heaven Costa got a big problem. Everybody that ever Costa leaving Heaven Costa. So you can't tell me all that 90 people that are leaving Vienna, man, they're all wrong. You have to sit down and think what you want. Even Heaven Costa, if you don't be careful, that is son that you got in home over there. When I met 10 to 18 years, Heaven Costa will never get it. Because as a man, you want to be chopped every time. You're feeling that around you get a chop.
Okay.
If you don't want to do everything, all the talking, you want to act like you know. First of all, when you form group like this, you're not supposed to be the lead. You can be there and talk.
Okay.
But you see when you get you there as you there talking at the same time and you there as a leader. Who's gonna respect you?
Okay.
Every good organization, somebody that can be there to talk, the person can never be the leader. Because the man so greedy that you want to do everything, but you're just encouraging them not to do everything. They make political deal will not go nowhere. Let me tell you something. When I get I will stop you. Thank you.
I'm not encouraging him to do anything. All I'm asking him to do is to bring those two individuals back on board. But let me point out something here very quickly. And then I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right. But if Liberian, you have to understand human dynamics sometimes. There are certain things we're good at. There are certain things we're not good at. Okay? Now, if we're going to accept Costa as the messenger for many Liberians, do we also in the process want to train him? I think that we're missing the point. Samson to LeBron Public Radio, what's the name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind?
Good afternoon, good evening, Mr. To or Braku.
Yeah.
Braku, yes. I'm speaking from Massachusetts. How are you?
Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Go ahead, make your point, my brother.
Okay. thank you for your message and also thank you for the advice. I hope Henry Costa could listen to your show to take this advice, you know. But before that, I just wanted to lay out few things, you know, that cause Henry Costa to be in this. And one of them is, as a leader, you always want to solicit ideas, incorporate other people's ideas before you come up with a final decision. And if you look at Henry Costa, he had two processes or two demonstrations. And all started nicely, but they didn't end good. If you look at his own structure of his office, two important people in there have already resigned. The COP has added two more to it. He need to sit down and say, where did I go wrong? And let me give you one. The first one is when he started with the demonstration, and then the second one he said he went with the, the step down campaign. Couple of politicians, try to, that he had in the COP, they try to advise him that it was not a good thing. You can have, a protest, but you can't tell the president to step down. He tried to demonize them. One of them was Alexander Cummings, Samuel Johnson. As far as they don't go along with his saying, it didn't make sense to him. And you understand? You can't be a leader and you say, what I want is supposed to be. If you don't, that's, fine. If you look at the CPP, he said he's not executive of the CPP, but he have all the information that before they can come out, to make the announcement, he has already cleared out everything. And then he bashed them. You cannot have those things going on within the structure of the COP. If I were him, while I'm in the state, I will have an interim here and sit down as a board chair and listen to people and get suggestions from people, and then we'll move on. You cannot be everything to say, I must be a nobody. That's not leadership. It's, you're talking about, the message that you send, that house experienced people. And then, of course, this is not a failure. This is the time now you can recalibrate yourself and bring back those.
Let me
listen to you.
I don't mean to interrupt here, but let me point out something, because it seems like you're much more pragmatic in your pronouncement here than many most of the people, and so I want to bring this to your attention as well. I'm not here to defend Costa. I don't know him. He doesn't even know who I am. He never heard of me before. Believe me. Okay?
Yes, I know.
All right. Now, but I follow him a lot. A few times ago, Henry Costa, everything that you guys are saying here, Henry Costa have recognized that. He knows that. A few times ago on his show, and I have a clip of that, where he was truly asking God to guide him, recognizing his fault in most of these areas that you guys have pointed out tonight, that he was going to do his best to work on those things. Publicly, he has made that announcement.
That's true. What you say, that's true.
So my point, the reason I'm bringing this up is the fact that this young man has recognized many of his faults, which some of us don't even want to look at as a Liberian man. Which one of you would sit there and say, oh yeah, I got the other fault, oh my own, I got it. Nobody, Liberian man, me, that I'm a problem, that you're a problem, you got the problem. Always, Liberian man, they always, someone else's have. But for this young man to recognize that and say, we will pray, and hopefully that will give me strength. So if you, as a Liberian, appreciate what he's doing and like what he's doing, except there are few flaws in your thinking about him, you continue. The best thing that I would advise all of us to do is to pray. Because if we think, okay, if Costa is a messenger and the message he's carrying is good, but the way that he delivers the message bothers me sometimes, so let's pray on that and see if that can help, if he can be helped. Okay? But for you to say, like most of the people now, they want to just throw the baby and the bath water, everything together. That's for me. I just don't see it. But thank you very much for bringing that up. And I think Mr. Costa will be the first person to, because he's already done so, to recognize that he's not a perfect person. And I'm not here to defend him here tonight. That's not my point. Far from it. In fact,
I like how you put it. No, all is not lost yet. To me, this is a learning curve for me.
Right.
And he needs to sit down now and say, look, I think, and to do it, I don't think Costa can do it alone.
Right.
The voice that you add up to it, anybody could use the leadership of worker, then Nigerians come in and say, look, this young man, he's young, 37 years old man, he's a young man. He can make mistakes any given point of time.
Exactly. 37
No.
years. What make you think that I want to? Do I even look like somebody 37 years old at that time? Football, and something else. That's it. One with leadership business. But for him, let's try to at least let's try to appreciate his age, and being involved in trying to carry out certain activities on behalf of our suffering masses. Okay, many of us, when we were at that age, football, nightclub, and that's it. Sometimes school, forget it. Football, nightclub, that's it. But for him to say school,
you did it. When you are LU, you did
it. So thank you, my brother. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
My name is Elijah, calling from Minnesota.
Thank you for calling. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and thanks for such a brilliant show tonight. I listened to your analysis, and I think I commented telling you that you truly a big brother and a father. And I like the way, you placed it. You did not play any blame game. You didn't blame anybody. You did not shift any blame on anybody. You just described what right to be done so that we all can move forward. Because there are a lot of people that look up to Costa. And, my little point I want to make here is that Costa is a brilliant guy. You cannot take that from him. He got a voice, he got a follower, and he got a potential to make things happen. But equally so, I love Costa, to be frank. I love the COP because of what I'm for. But sometimes we got to sit down and ask ourselves why it is that people keep resigning for organization that Costa is heading. One is the radio station, two is COP. Why people keep resigning, backing off from Costa? Nobody is perfect. We all cannot be perfect. But as a leader, maybe there are something that Costa doing, he's not noticing. So we need a big brother like you people, to caution him. Because for us, the youth, if we caution each other, we want to deal with something like hate and jealousy. And in that way, Costa going to feel defensive, thinking people hate him. That's why they're saying this stuff, because of the way we present it. But the way you present it tonight, if Costa was listening to your show, Costa will know exactly what's going on, and he will sit in his closet and say, I like the way this liberator is speaking, and I think the way he speaks, he's speaking to me. I need to do something for us, for every one of us to move forward. In my little voice, I'm urging Costa to improve on his shortcomings. I don't want him to be perfect. No, nobody is perfect. I don't want him to be 100% perfect. But there are things that about you, people keep researching, improve on that so that you can get stronger.
Okay.
You can be so you can be stronger tomorrow.
Thank you.
This is what I call.
Thank you.
Thank you for the show, and I really enjoy you tonight. I really like the way you put it. We need a big brother and a father like you to guide us tomorrow.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson told LeBron Pub Radio. I wish I have the number for Mr. Costa. Then I would like to talk to him and maybe, like I said, we can't. And I will repeat this again. You cannot say you want him to talk for you, but then at the same time you want him the way you want to prescribe how he talk. That's not possible. He's an individual. God made him to be who he is. And you cannot, and that's the point I want, if we all get around that and say, okay, this young man is Mr. Josh, just 1 minute. Let me wrap this up. Then I can just stay right there, Mr. Josh. Thank you. Once we have that clear understanding to say, okay, Costa, it is who he is. We all know who Costa is. However, Costa has the ability to deliver the message that I want to send out there, and he can do it effectively. And if we accept that, then everything else, don't look at the messenger as much. Look at the message. Look at the message. Like I said, I'm not too comfortable sometimes the way the message is being delivered, but look at the message. Okay, and that's the point that I want people to understand. And I brought this thing out here a few minutes ago. Costa himself admitted on one of his podcasts that he himself is praying that God will come and help him change some of the things that people have against him. He recognized that. And another thing, that maybe because I'm only 25 years old, but maybe because I'm 25 years old now, maybe I'm a little bit, cautious in how I handle things nowadays. Okay, because when I was telling somebody, you think you were talking about me, the only thing you would talk about me those days, I go to EJ Raw, I go to nightclub, other places. That's it. Why play football? That's it. What are you doing? What do I do? Look like going to be an organizer for what? You on your own. During the 1979 Rest Riot, I was involved. But now as an organizer, I want to know, you're not going to break things down. You think I care to organize something? But to have this young man, as I stated earlier, he has a son. And those of you that are parents, just think about it. To take upon himself. And I show Okay, we should be able to have sound now. Go ahead, Mr. Josh. Go ahead.
Yes. Back on Nashville at that time, we were growing up. Every young people in Liberia at the time gravitated towards Back on Matthew. His name was also named in Morocco in Liberia. But he had other people who were along with him, Blambo Nelson, Deacon Carter, Oscar Kuya, Chia Chipo, all these guys. But how did Back on Matthew manage to keep that group together? These are some of the things I think Henry Costa should go back to look at. How some of the great politicians in Liberia managed, or also like that, managed to keep those organizations together. If you met Baco was not someone with temper, spoke softly. I never heard him using profanity when working up. He was passionate about what he was saying, but he presented it another way. But that's a difference of contrast between her, Bacchus Matthew and that of Costa. I understand Costa is very passionate about Liberia. There's no doubt about that. He's intelligent, he's smart. But sometimes the presentation of issues can a whole lot. Because what we want to do today is to build a society that every Liberian will be proud and respect one another, regardless of their political beliefs. And if someone is going to be the messenger, must incorporate all those things into it. Because one, the young people who are coming wants to be like you. So you have to be very mindful of what you say and how you do it. So if I don't, that's how is the person of friends. Why do you think you get people talk about Barack Obama? This young man, eloquent, intelligent, that all me can say you can't have any flaw in him. The domain, the temperament of this guy. How many times you hear these people, trying to praise themselves? I like Henry Costa, but I have always said it. I said Henry Costa, he is his own problem. And when he admits him, but then start to work towards it. But you can't say today, oh, I'm this, I'm trying, then tomorrow you come back, you go 2 steps backward again. Okay. Then it becomes difficult. This young man sat down here. When George Robb, when he broke into the radio station, 2 days, less than 2 days, people in America raised more than $35,000 and gave it to him. You think if the people did not believe in this man who had done it? When this man George Robb hunting him 3 times, you could see social media all over post. Why do you think?
Right.
Of course, I always say this. He needs to go back and sit down and ask himself, not just identify it, but to work on it. You have to be able to bring people together.
My brother, I understand all you're saying, but what I want us to do at this time, and I'm putting myself in that group right now, not just as a LPR radio personality, but I truly enjoy him. And so I but let's find time, and hopefully some of us will be able to, if I can get in touch with him, I will do so, and then we would go ahead. But so many people calling right now, Mr.
Yeah. Okay, let me just close on here. Okay. Let me just close on here. So all I'm saying, the poster, for me, I would say, I don't hate you. I know you got your passion for Liberia. We all have passion. So the presentation, the form and shape sometimes, we all have to take a step back because we want our children to emulate us.
Right.
And if we are to do so, we have to be sober and respect other people.
Thank you.
And listen. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, folks, when you call and I'm not able to answer, that means someone else is on the line. So you give me a call, and let's basically here, folks, what I want us to do is this. I'm not here for us to now try to wag our finger against Mr. Custer or what have you. My main reason of putting this show up tonight is to ask the chairman, and I think he's very intelligent. I know that he's very intelligent, very smart. And I think he recognized that the buck stopped with him. And therefore, he understands that he has to do whatever it is to bring these people back. because this is also, in leadership, you have challenges and things like that. So I think those of us that are now taking this opportunity to say, okay, let me take this call. Samson told LeBron Public, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Well, my name is Jay Dixon, calling from Minnesota.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been listening to you. Thank you for the monologue. It was a good one. I think I listened to a lot of callers, and they're kind of not too happy with Henry Costa. But that's my issue with them. Henry Costa will be Henry Costa. You cannot change him. What is more important to me is the message.
Exactly.
I've been following him over the 3 years. I mean, he's a good guy. But we're not expecting to be an angel. And for God's sake, we should all know that. I mean, it's frustrating when you are leading a group of people. That's when I don't listen to you. It's very frustrating. No one should tell me that it's so easy that when you are a leader, all that bring people are going to be so nice, you're going to be rosy. It has always been difficult for anybody who leads that bring people. So, of course, I understand the situation. He gets frustrated with things. Imagine, like, in the Old Testament, Jeremiah telling the Israelites, you know what, there's danger coming. We need to do this. We need to fight against the danger coming. And people are dancing, playing around. I'm not serious about it. Now, it is Henry Costa. Costa got a good mind for the country. But he gets frustrated. Like, people will say things that you get real mad about. For example, someone say, well, let the president build a house, he gets another person. In fact, the house in my brother, he didn't do anything. That will make me mad too. So let's not condemn Henry Costa about what he's doing or his temperament, all that, but let's just work along with him. What I would say about the reconciliation between him and Colorado and Celia is I wish I had no I call him first not to talk to him about it, just call the two person to talk to them because he needs them. Those are four soldiers for him. He needs them. Yeah. And I'm not saying that with that joke. He needs them. And he better talk with them to get them back.
Okay.
People talk about people that you had in the past, Fidel City and all that. Well, people will come and people will go.
Right.
But there are some people you hold dear to yourself. Like, you can't let go of them. And I know Terry is one of them. What about one of them? So you need to call and talk to them.
Thank you.
But let's not worry about a temperament. Let's not worry about who Henry Costa. Henry Costa will be Henry Costa. Mm-hmm. You are what you are. I am what I am. We can't be different. Just the person he is.
All right.
You got to message. So let's not worry about, you got temperament and the way you're behaving, how people living here. So thank you, brother.
Thank you. Samson told LeBron Public, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, this is Henry Costa.
The what?
This is Henry Costa. Henry Costa.
Okay, Henry Costa. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
All right. Am I live?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Is this Mr. Toll?
Yeah, this is Mr. Toll, Samson Toll.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Toll, thank you very much. Somebody else told me about the show, and then my cousin called me and said, so I came while I was watching for a while, then my cousin called me and said, from time to time I watch your show. First of all, I let me say you do a great job. Your objectivity, your balance, I respect and admire that. So I've been watching for a while now, and your discussion, I'm hearing the comments. I think here is the thing. People tend to be too hard on me, and they tend to blame me for everything, which is not fair, Mr. Tool. Just because I'm the chairman of the COP does not mean everything that happens that I'm responsible. And this whole falsehood that Yeke left because of me and Kelly left because of me is absolute ridiculous. That is not the case. They did not leave because of me. They left because of themselves. In fact, Ms. Yuri did not even tell us why she left. I bent over backwards to push
for Talia to become vice chair for finance and fundraising. She was not originally part of COP. Many of the COP executives did not even like that. They did not even like the fact that, I pushed for that to happen because of my close ties with her. And it was a little like a conflict of interest for me. So, but still, when she came, she was passionate. And she got involved 2 weeks before the second protest. For all the leave or telling me anything, how can anybody possibly blame me for that? It's a big movement with a lot of other people. Mo Ali, Secretary General, Minipaka Tumori, Vice Chair for Administration, Darius DeLon, Chairman of the Advisory Council. So why aren't people blaming all of those other people for the people leaving? Now, Yeke, on the other hand, has suspended his membership ever since. He suspended his membership ever since. But the COP continued to provide Yeke's legal support. We were giving him legal support. Our lawyer, Councillor Sili Kanga, represents Yeke to date as we speak, Mr. To. And I can assure you, we will continue with Yeke's case until it ends, even though he has left. But one of the things that disappointed COP, not just me, is for Yeke to have stated publicly that we do not stand with him or we have not been paying his legal fees. Our lawyer, Councillor Sili Kanga, represents him. So again, how can people blame me for Yeke's departure? When Yeke, we form a committee, I constituted a committee. I asked Senator Dillon to head that committee to reach out to Representative Koluba. They reached out to him months ago. Mr. Koluba, what are the issues? Mr. Koluba explained, how he's not being respected and people treat him like he's not. He enumerated a number of things that, were not concrete, were not tangible. You are an executive member. You have equal access. When we form delegations to go to meetings, you are always on the delegation. So what is the issue that you are not being respected? So that was his issue. He's not being respected and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. COP has put more resources into your legal representation than anybody else. We hate to see Yeke Koluba go. But again, Mr. Toll, you try when a man won't go, you can force the person to stay. You can't. Let a man and a woman stay together for so many years. They had a great marriage, beautiful children. And the woman will just leave one day. The man tries. He calls family meeting. He brings the man, he brings the fire, he brings everybody. They talk. The woman stays there, she won't go. You don't want to force the woman to stay. Then people say, Costa bring the popo. They're not bringing the popo. They're going because they got their own motives. They got their own motives, Mr. To.
Let me. I first of all, Mr. Costa, thank you for calling in. I really appreciate it. But let me interrupt you a little bit. You, as an intelligent person and person of very big knowledge of history, because we've been following you a lot, and I know you're a very intelligent person and very respectful. I've been playing some video here of you, which for me indicate that you're a very respectful person. You know by now that you are being followed by Liberians. Many Liberians follow you, not necessarily because of Henry Costa, the firebomb thrower, so to speak, but the fact that you represent, my opinion, you represent a larger thing about Liberia than many Liberians can afford. And the fact that you have sacrificed so much, as I pointed out earlier, so much you have sacrificed at this age, at this young age. Why would you not even want to go to club? Why would you want to be a COP and get involved in Liberian people business? But the fact that this thing is, as you correctly stated, it is larger than you. And God continued to pour you into this thing, my opinion. So, these kinds of challenges and things like that, as a leader, they will continue to come by your way. But when you're done and all said and done, it gives you more strength as a leader, I would say. So I would, once again, I'm not part of you guys' group, so I don't know anything much about from what you just explained. But I will say to you, okay, I will say to you, as I'm one person who has always follow you, but there besides me, there are many Liberians not only follow you, but support you as your diehard fan. I will ask you, because to let these people go, not that they're going to leave, if they leave, COP is not going to function anymore. That's not the point. But you know that COP function in Liberia is very, very critical at this time. Because whether people believe it or not, my opinion, COP functioning in Liberia help to stabilize that country. People don't realize that. People don't see it like that. Because as I stated earlier, when you open your line, the old lady that can be calling when they leave, they're so satisfied. They're so satisfied that the next day, anybody you want to start any kind of say, no, anything, you don't go to Costa. Costa will talk for us. Somebody, young person from Carisburg, young, supposed to still be in the street of Monrovia, and old lady from way up in Yuatan, somewhere in Nima County or somewhere, counting on you. That for me is a lot. So all I'm asking, and I will continue to ask, I know you guys are young, and young people, you always have issues. There's no question asked. There's no question asked. So for me to sit here tonight and say, you do all you can to harmonize the thing, then it's like a joke. Because young people, you will always have challenge from friends and things like that. But this is bigger than all of you combined. You guys are serving a bigger purpose in our country. The person who is leading us is not that much older than you either. Okay? So all of you guys about the same age group, almost. So by you, not so much of being disrespectful and being degrading to the president, but you're challenging the system. By doing so, you also strengthening the system itself. So that's how I view it. So once again, I'm just asking you, as a chairman of the COP, to please find reason. You know, I could have been in there and throwing temperature myself, but I expect you, as a chairman, you're like the father of the group. I expect you to baby save me sometimes. If it means to do that, please, you have already offered yourself rating. Look at the kind of thing you went to Liberia the other day. Why if you had gotten shot, God forbid, who was going to take care of your son? I'm here in Sacramento. Oh, Costa doing good. Was I able to do anything for your son? No, those are the sacrifices that you have already put in. There's bigger than even trying to convince Madam Ure, who is your sister, and Yeke Kolba, who is your friend, to come back in. And the reason I'm asking you to see if they can come back in through your effort, because that also will strengthen the group and it will strengthen you as a leader. However, you are the one wearing the shoes. You know if the shoe fit. Whatever I can say all the good thing and things like that. But you know exactly what is going on. You know what it's going to take for you guys to get this thing together. I'm not going to ask you to do something to the detriment of yourself, your safety, and the rest of the group unity and what have you. But if you guys can find reason to do this, we will appreciate it, because you guys are helping us, especially Liberian diaspora. They say we ain't got even voice to vote. But when you go over there and talk, you know how many thousands and thousands of Liberians you're talking for, my boy. And I want to again publicly here to say thank you. We appreciate it. I'm not comfortable the way you deliver the message sometimes, but for goodness sake, as young as you are, I appreciate that. So I will ask you again, if you can please find reason to bring these two people back on board. Then perhaps once they come, you will find reason to see whatever. You yourself admitted on one of your shows when you said God should help you to give you the strength. You know you are a flawed person. You're not perfect. But whatever imperfect, exactly. So those are the kind of things we will continue to pray for you, and for you to see reason to do this thing here peacefully, to bring thousands and thousands of Liberians as young as you are in the street, and nobody fingernail got caught except for the police rushing you guys that day. That's a tremendous achievement at this age. So don't let that Koruba and your sister, we all playing baby on you, my man. So that's all I can say.
Well, Mr. Tool, thank you very, very much. You know, I
I'm astounded by your wisdom and your temerity, and it's very refreshing. And as you rightly said several times on your show this evening, I myself have publicly stated, not once but several times, that I'm cognizant, that I realize that I'm young, and the exuberance and the fire in my belly and the task that I find on my shoulders. It's all happening so quick, so fast at the same time that it's sometimes I cave. I falter under that heavy weight that I carry. And you know, but sometimes I myself review some of my delivery tactics, my delivery methods, and looking back, I would say, okay, perhaps I should not have said it this way I said it. But the bottom line is our hearts are in the right place. We mean well, and we're not perfect, far from it.
Yes.
And I want to say this to you. I would love to see these two people come back, and everybody else who left. You know, but why I would love to see them come back, but we have to stick this on the record. The people who leave the COP do not leave because of Costa. They do not leave because Costa does something to them. They leave for their own reasons. Let's put that on the record.
Okay.
And part of the reason, you know, I heard somebody say, an older person called and was talking about Bacchus and all those people who blaze the trail. And you know, he said, why didn't all those people leave? Deacon Carlos. That was a different period. That was a totally different era. Times are different today. People are different today.
Mm-hmm.
And so the realities of then and now, you know, and I myself admire those guys. You know, the Deacon Carlos, the Chia Chipo, Oscar, the Kuya, and all those people. But the issue here is, Mr. Tu, we have tried. Quietly, we have tried. I'm sure you were not even aware that I constituted a committee and appointed Senator Dillon to chair that committee to reach out to our friend Yeke. People don't know these things, but we don't come outside and discuss all of these things. A committee of 4 people. And we try. But sometimes it just doesn't work. This is the point I'm trying to make. When it gets to this point where the people leave because they don't want to be there anymore.
Right.
And let me tell you something, Mr. So one of the things people don't realize, we have a movement, and we are, most of us in the COP are members of the opposition political party, the CPP. We have elements within the CPP undermining our efforts. They are instigating and doing this and doing that, and whispering pouring poison in the ears of some of our members, telling them to leave, issuing statements against us. So we are fighting forces on both sides of the aisle.
Right.
So sometimes it's difficult to win against these things. You have people telling Yeke is a good man. Or you got people telling Yeke, look, you're a whole lawmaker, you're following Costa.
Yes.
Yeke is not following me.
Yes.
Yeke is following the cause of the people.
Yes.
But when they keep telling him the same thing, Costa, you should not be following Costa. And even they're telling that. You know, so the issue here is that's how people. Let me tell you something. Let me say something. One of the reasons why I respect Joe Boakai, when Wemope issued that statement on the eve of the January 6th protest, in an attempt to undermine the protest to make us look weak to the Liberian people, former Vice President Boakai immediately convened a meeting of the Unity Party a few days afterwards. The cited Wemope to show cause why he should not to explain himself for taking a unilateral decision in the name of the party. Wemope could not explain anything. The party took a decision to suspend him. They constituted a committee to investigate him. Let me tell you something. After that meeting, while they were still on the premises of the UP headquarters,
one of the senior ranking UP officials walked over to Vice President Parker and said, Mr. VP, you gotta look at it. Even though what Women's Day was not, it was not sanctioned by the party, but they cost that thing here. We need to be careful. They all getting too powerful. Are you listening to that?
Yes.
He told Vice President Parker. Vice President, you know what Vice President Parker did? He told him right there in front of people. He said, "What I mean by cause I get too powerful?" He said, "Yeah, getting too powerful. We gotta be careful with him." Former Vice President Parker said, "Look, let me tell you something. Costa has paid his dues. He's fighting a good cause. He's smart. If you want to be powerful too, you go fight. Stand up and to make the sacrifices that he's making. That is what a leader does." People came to me and told me, they said, "This is what Joe Barker said." You see, so that is a man with great vision. He's looking at the bigger picture. You're looking at Costa, and I am no threat to Vice President Barker. Vice President Barker is so experienced and so sophisticated that he cannot be intimidated by a 37-year-old boy.
Right.
He does not feel insecure by a Henry Costa because he is well up there. But there are people, Mr. Toll, within our camp. They are instigating. Mr. Toll, you don't know what I go through. My enemies are not only in the government, they are in the opposition.
Wow.
When my radio station got shut down, I have a recording with opposition leaders conspiring to go and buy my frequency and celebrating the station being shut down. Mr. Toll, I got the recording.
Wow.
I will give it to you to listen to it.
Wow.
So you see the environment I will fight in, the envy, the jealousy, the undermining. We are fighting all these forces. People don't know what we go, what we go through. Most of the people who criticize us that we are emotional, they are not able to stand a day in our shoes. No way.
I can't even handle that.
You got opposition leaders celebrating our downfall. I ain't saying fresh kid. You ain't got no more radio. So when I lost my radio station because I was fighting for a lady belonging to the ANC, I fought for her. We call on the Liberian people that came out and the defender. So you see what we are going through. It's a difficult thing, but people don't know this. So this is what we find. So Yeke is a good man. Yeke is a good man, but there are people telling Yeke, "Oh, you're following Costa. You know you're making him powerful." Yeke is not making me powerful. It is God that is responsible for where I am. And because of what I do, the Liberian people stand with me. I don't need Yeke. Before, there was COP, there was Henry Costa, there was the Costa Show. You understand? This is what so we need our people to pray for us, to stand with us. Because it's a difficult road that we are. Some days, Mr. Toh, I just want to give up.
Yes. I've heard that. I've seen the video of that. But yes. Like I said, I follow you, and I do remember there's a video that I have here of you, midnight. I think 3:00 a.m. in Liberia when you made that video in your T-shirt, and you was wondering, what have you done by me trying to fight for the people? You said, have I done something wrong that people would go against? I felt so bad. And then I started asking myself, then why is this young man in these kinds of stuff? If you would make video like this, 3 a.m. But once again, Costa, our destination, God have already decided where we're going to be. And
that force that just pushes us in that direction.
Yes,
You can't stop that force. It's just guiding you there.
Right, right. As you correctly stated.
It is God.
So we will continue to pray what you're doing, as long as deep inside of you that you're doing it for the good, and people all over the world, international community can see these kinds of stuff. The good comes out. I'm not God, and I don't know what tomorrow will be, but the God we know and the God we serve will always be on the right side. On the right side.
Amen.
So I'm not here to to say, oh, Costa, your behavior is, who am I? I have my own fault. I have my own issues in my own way. That even here in my own house, I give you an example. My 3 kids, they'll tell me, wait till your wife leaves, then we'll see who will defend you now. Then who am I to say you need to do this, you need to do that? So you know what you need to do. You also have family now. You have kids, and many young Liberians are fathering you. So when you get engaged, sometimes I know the emotional part of it, you can't divorce that, especially if people would do these kinds of stuff to you. Shut your radio station. How do they expect you to eat? All of those things, emotion takes effect. However, God didn't bring you here for nothing. So continue to do the work you're doing with your people, and do what you can with Yeke and Madam Yuri. And if for some reason they don't see that they fit into this organization anymore, that's okay. But as long as all our eyes and all I'm asking and begging is that you do your best to make sure that these people come back. Because I heard Mr. Honorable Dillon today on another recording where he said we will do all we can to make sure Yeke comes back. So talk to them, be involved, and see reason for Yeke to come back as well. Because Yeke also is talking for the people. Without you guys, I'm not saying this government are going to take us down to the clinic, but there are people within this government, not necessarily the president, but there are people within this government that perhaps don't even care for anybody in Liberia except for themselves. But by you blowing the horn every day, people are paying attention, and that I appreciate. So thank you very much for even taking time to call into our show. Please, whenever you have the opportunity to give us a call, and I just don't have your number. I just don't have your number because if
this is my number.
Okay. All right, then
the one I called you.
Okay, I will contact you from time to time, whatever advice we have to give, whatever thing, because like I said, those of us that are old now that can't do these things that you guys, the young people, are doing, we must be on the side to encourage you to continue to do the good thing for our people. So thank you very much for calling in. We appreciate it, sir.
All right.
Thank you. Samson to LeBron Public Radio, what's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Cole. Thank you so much. This is Edith Four.
Oh, Madam VP, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm glad to listen to my brother, Mr. Henry Costa. And I'm happy he's still on the line.
Yeah,
which I'm grateful to God that he's, the fact that he's on the line for me to be able to send a message to him. Because I've met so many of his people. And I said the same thing, that Mr. Henry Costa, we are gifted. We are blessed to have someone like him from Liberia who has a voice, a gift. But Mr. Costa, if you are listening, my name again is Edith Tor. You are blessed, but you are your own weekend friend. You are your own problem. And you pretty much need to take it to the Lord in prayer all the time. Every time I listen to you, for instance, you will be on the show. While you going live, you will start to talk down and some of your people right on, oh my man, bring this one, oh do this one. In fact, I watched one of your podcast and you were telling your job. If you don't know how to drive,
Madam VP, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think if we do that, then we still, for me, and I could be wrong, you can express yourself the way you see fit, but I just want to point this out here as well, because I'm still here, that is. If we do this, for me, Madam VP, if we do this, then we're not doing ourselves a favor. You heard this man spoke for almost 10 minutes. And some of the things that he expressed to us here, some of them I've never heard them before. So for us as people to ask this young man to speak for us, and while he's speaking for us, we appreciate what he's saying. However, we asking Don't worry about what people say about you. Don't worry about what people do to damage your own self. He's a human being, for Christ's sake. So first of all, let us appreciate that he's a human being, first of all. And if he's going to be talking in that respect on our behalf, and if we appreciate that, let's try to compartmentalize his character. If we do that, we will be fine. He also recognized here a few minutes ago that he also is praying that somebody's behavior. Sometimes he said he watched his own podcast and said, maybe this one, I think I need to do better than this, or maybe I need to do this. That's a recognition of himself. So I think to come now, having...
But Mr. So, I do understand, but even though he acknowledged some of the things that he said, look, I am weak in this area, but he still needs to be told, because if you acknowledge your weakness, you identify the problem, then you should be able to sit back and try not to go next to whatever problem you have identified. You should be able to find the solution. But you can't, I acknowledge it. I know we are weak, we are human beings, but at the same time, if Mr. Costa says, look, you know what, I have a problem. If, for example, talking the way I present,
hold on. We're talking. This is a platform where a lot of people from all over the world are listening. So let us be careful to when I use the word problem here. He doesn't have a problem. I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't say that you have a problem.
It's a weakness.
No, I'm not even going to classify it as such. That's left with Mr. Costa to define what he's saying. But what I think we need to do, is for us now as a people of God and godly people.
So tell me what he wants to hear or what he needs to hear.
That's fine. But I think what I will ask my audience, those of you that are listening.
So I'm asking you a question. Do you want us to tell him what he wants to hear, or you want us to tell him what he needs to hear?
Yes.
Our brother needs to hear. Because the problem we are having is people telling you all the time, oh, you are doing well.
No, but I think
what people cannot say in your face, they will say it behind you.
No, but I think, Madam VP, I think we've been on here now going to almost 2 hours, and I spoke for almost an hour or so, and then people started calling him and making their comment. So I think the fact that Mr. Custer had come out to recognize the comment and say, okay, I've heard what my brothers and sisters are saying. I will try to reevaluate some of the things that I've been saying. So I think the best thing we can do now is to take it to the Lord and pray as people of God, that God will guide him instead of coming here to come out with other things, what he needs to hear. I don't think at this point it's a time to say what he needs to hear. What I think we need to do now we know that perhaps we need to pray for him so that these things, perhaps God can work on him, instead of us to say, this is what you need to hear. At this point, I think I don't think that's something we need to do, Madam VP, if it's okay with you.
Well, honestly, it is not okay with me, but I will go with what you have to say because I don't want to hold other people.
Thank you.
But I want to, because my brother needs to hear what people need to speak from their heart, not from their lips. And that's the problem our community is faced with. When you speak whatever it is in a respectable way. And I started by saying, look, we are gifted, we are blessed as Liberians to have such an individual. So the man has the gift, but it has to be used wisely.
That's
he
right.
needs to know that.
Thank you. So I think if this is a line many Liberians are taking, and he's already, he knows he's serving Liberian people. So I think maybe I can do a show of us trying to talk to Costa while he's not here. We can still talk to him. I think we need to do that. But tonight, let us now appreciate the fact that Mr. Costa has given us some reason here to now seriously get on our knees and pray. So thank you very much, Madam VP. We appreciate it.
And thank you so much too.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right. Again, folks, Sam Sinto, Liberian Public Radio. I love Liberian people, my people. Sam Sinto, Liberian Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hi, this is Prince Summer, and I call from Promote, Ohio.
Thank you for calling. Make it brief. A lot of people calling, so please make it brief.
I just want to say to my brother Costa that he should keep faith. Yeah, believe that God is in control of everything. Yeah, it shouldn't matter people what people doing, listening to people. Then just focus on God. It's God's destiny for him, not man. Yeah. And we pray again that our man, regular man, come back. We need Yeke Kaluba back. Yeah.
Thank you.
For me, I'm a follower of Costa, Prophet Key, Yeke Kaluba. So I need these three guys to be together. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. Samson to LeBron Paparito, what's your name? Where you're calling from? Samson to LeBron Paparito, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Could you please? Okay. All right, that person is gone. Okay. Excuse me. So, folks, I know many of you are now interested in having this conversation, but I don't think we're going to be here all night. What time is it? Oh, geez. So I think we they say lockdown, right, in America, but they consider some of us essential worker. So people like me, they drag me to work. So I got to go to work in the morning. Let me take this. I'll take 2 more calls. Samson to LeBron Paparito, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hi, Mr. Tool. My name is Jerusalem Kali, and what's on my mind? The only thing we can do is for everybody to get together and pray for Costa, because it's not easy to be a leader for something, especially in Liberia. So Costa will be Costa. But Costa will grow as time goes by. He will learn. And he will change some of the things that he's doing, but we can't change Costa. Whatever will come here, we criticize him, we say this, we say that. They should look at the forces behind Costa. And for Mr. Yeka Koruba, we asking you to see how best you can talk to he and tell you to see if they can come back. Because you see, this COP is for all of them, all of us. We enjoy the show. We enjoy him talking for we the Liberian people. Our parents are work hard for our country. And they're not even enjoying. But Costa come on the air and make them to feel good. Just by talking to us. See, the country is going through a lot of stress. And Costa he's one man. And everybody fighting him. So I appreciate you, Mr. Toast. Everything that you have said to Costa. I hope Costa to take it in and see how best he can grow, because we grow as time goes by. Everybody has a behavior. Even God got a behavior. When he ready, he send his gun. When he gets angry, he's human. So we gotta learn to take it easy with him too. Thank you, Mr. To, for this show. Thank you so much for welcoming me on your show. Thank you, Mr. To. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Samson to LeBron Paparito, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Brother Samson, so my name is Sam Abu.
Thank you, Mr. Babu, for calling. Go ahead.
Abu, the name is Abu.
Abu. Thank you, Sam Abu. Thank you for calling. What's on your mind?
A Liberian journalist.
Okay, thank you very much.
I've been following the discussion tonight. Well, actually, I appreciate everything that you had said to Costa, and I believe that Costa we see sense in what you said and reconsider his decision. TDUA and Yeke are very significant to the COP. I mean, it reaches to a certain point where Yeke is feeling that he will be used like a dump truck that he used to build the executive mansion. If you listen to what Costa said, that Yeke has said before...
Hold on, Mr. Journalist, hold on. Were you there when they were building the executive mansion? What kind of dump truck they were using?
No, let me give you the scenario. The dump truck hauls the sand to build the executive mansion. And after the executive mansion is built, the dump truck can pass in front of it.
That's a good one. Go ahead.
That's the concept of Yeke. You know, but if I tell you, I've been following the COP. Yeke is very significant. He has his crowd. When the June 7th and the December 31st thing happened, the 1.6 1,000 people that had once they put 1.6K that are normal online when Costa comes on. Many of us are in the diaspora. We don't go out there. When Yeke comes in, he brings in his people. He has a group. You can't let Yeke go. You have to do everything. We are not telling you to go who is fit. You got to play some politics to have Yeke to remain. It may not be very difficult to deal with. Just as you said earlier, something, you can get the older people to come. But we need a COP. You are very vibrant, Costa. You have been able to hold the government to their feet.
Yes.
What, just as you told us, the situation today is different from the situation of Marcus Murphy and others. You were part of the city machinery, you work along with them, and you know them well. So for some of us, we sit down, when we hear you talking, we say, well, he knows them, that's his own colleagues, they know what they were doing, they know what they were planning. So, we really see for Tina Yure, I mean, I know much because she came to prominence really when she was going for the representative position. But for Yeke, he has a constituency. We cannot leave him out.
Right. Okay.
I told somebody. I said a few days ago. I think that when President Weir gave the buckets to Yeke for his constituency, I believe I listened to it live. Yeke instructed his people to take the buckets back. Benana Yure, who is the head of the CPP, and Costa, the head of COP, when Weir gave the buckets to Yure, Yure went to distribute it, or he was part of the vehicle to take it to the people. Costa was not happy about that. And when he complained, Costa came in defense of Yure. So therefore, Colba believes that he's not being protected by the chairman of the COP. So right after this, you see Colba decided to resign because he's feeling intimidated that when things go ahead, it's not going to be used. So I still want to appeal in my own behalf and my family and my friends as journalists. I'm a journalist, former diplomat of Liberia. And I'm telling you, Costa, you need to calm down. Colba is very essential to the COP. You need him.
Right. Okay.
Many of us who talk about Costa, with that time we don't go out.
Mm-hmm.
But Colba matches his people and face them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I will
hold on.
Thank you, Chief. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay, folks, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I have been out here now for quite a while. As we Liberian, I think we can't end right away. We always that one day always there. So, because the thing we're not ending there, we'll pray on a very serious note. Let us continue to pray for one another. Before I take leave of you here, of course, I'm not taking any more call, folks, because one more. Let me take this. This is going to be the last call. Samson told Liberian Public Radio, you're going to be my last caller here, then I will take off here. Go ahead, make your point so I can wrap it up, please.
Yeah, so thank you so much. My name is Bill from New Jersey, Kamara.
Thank you, Kamara.
Yeah, I want to say thank you so much. You've been very patient with us. I know it's not easy. And I appreciate the time that you gave Costa to make some clarity. But I just want to make a few points, and I hope Mr. Costa listen to the rest of the people. Revolution yesterday is different from the revolution of today. Yesterday, people were committed for a cause, not for a cause. CAUSE, we're saying for the cause of the people is forever continue. Today's revolution is for a cause, COST. What can you get for yourself and not for the people? So today's revolution, when you are into it, you should know that it's expensive. Don't depend on anybody. Know that to build an institution is costly. Now today, Costa should know that the COP was formed as a partial group to turn government feet to the fire. Political party formed a CPP, which is a collaboration. So those who buy into the idea of joining COP can associate and disassociate. also they are from political parties. Costa being is live Facebook podcast host, also has some issues with the political parties standard bearer. So if you have a COP that has a conglomeration of other bodies from other political parties, immediately the aim and objective are met. That the letter will most of these people will disassociate and go back into the normal cells. So you as a leader, that's why you have to rebrand the image of that institution to see whether it meets all the new breed of generational thinkers who will come on board to select continue on this. It means something for our society. So the COP is not a political party, it's a pressure group. So you can see it as a political manifesto of the CPP. The same CPP will break away tomorrow and they will all go back in their political cells. Do you want to hold them accountable while they are leaving? No, it's a collaboration. You have a document that they can disagree. Well, my issue is that I want Costa to take a different path in political landscape. Liberal politics is barely than any other politics in the rest of the world. We do not build institutions, we build individuals. But the time that he's taking every day to sit on his platform to educate our Liberian people about government and governance and society, that is what I am interested in more. And I want you to put more energy in that. The voice of people in Maryland, the voice of people in Granville, Maryland, Lufas, Maserado, those people who listen to him, and some of them through his platform has been able to get humanitarian assistance for schools, scholarship, education, healthcare, even infrastructure. So that is something that we can tap on to see how to change the landscape of Liberia. Or to think that politically he can just change the narrative of Liberia is different. Because this is the people who, after revolution, the electricity will continue to be very high, very archaic. People who we call heroes were heroes when we voted for them to go into parliament. But once they got to the parliament, they became bad men. So how do you continue to change the legislative minds of people and the people who voted for them? So it's a different narrative. We all can help them to change our perspective. But we have to be very moderate, very kind, very polite and intelligent how we engage our government versus the people. I want to say thank you so much for this platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Folks, that's the last quarter. We have to take a leave of you here. But before we do that, let me just wrap it up here very quickly. First of all, I want to thank all of you that tuned in tonight. I want to thank all of you that continue to write. Whatever description you're giving us, that does not change. It's not going to change anything. We are who we are. But I want us to look at one thing Costa mentioned here tonight, and it's very important. And for me, I always use myself as an example. I came in this country at a very young age. My little brother paid my school fee to come here. I got here. I said, what do I look like? There's somebody from Total in America, I'm going to come go to school. I went, collected my school fee, bought my car. I was going from New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, everywhere playing football. And you know what? Of course, I come to regret it later. God could help me, and I'm an engineer, let's put it that way. So I didn't eat my school fee for nothing. I ate it, but I paid for it myself. But on a very serious note, when you at that age, 36, 37 years old, to be involved on a national stage, you know how many behavior you have to suppress? You know how many attitude that you have to suppress as a young man? Do you know what you need to do to conform to people thinking and say, oh, maybe if I do you know the kinds, forget about the political pressure. Do you know the kinds of pressure that you have to be under? Because you can't touch something if it's red. Oh, Costa not touch something red. Oh. You're all concerned about that. It takes fortitude. It takes a lot of guts for this young man to do what he's doing. And it saddened me to hear here tonight that people, even in the opposition, are fighting him. So this kinds of behavior And then I really don't see where we're going as the people. Not that the government of Dr. Weah is corrupt. I'm not saying that. But we need people who will hold this government and its people to the feet to the fire, so that our brothers and sisters will benefit from whatever good that is coming in. Remember, the government, they're also individual. They also have their own characters that some of us might not even like. But they are duly elected and they must be respected. However, we as a people must have them. Look at the representative you have. Look at the representative that we have that's supposed to be representing us. What kinds of, those of all in the diaspora, what are some of the things they have done? They first of all, they don't consider us like Liberian anyway. Let alone look 12 years. 12 years, Madam Sally and his people were there. The legislature comes into power. Up to this time when it rained, Brangida County is cut up. Lofa County, plenty of places, Lofa County is cut up. Plenty of Nima County, Lower Nima County is cut up. Maryland is cut up. I have a paper here that I was reading it last time. $25 billion. How big is Liberia? So much that we cannot provide roads for our folks to travel. Who was speaking for us then? CDC was. CDC was a spokesperson for the entire population as far as the poor was concerned. CDC came to power and many Liberians are not happy. There's no secret about it. And now we have Mr. Costa and his COP now speaking. Because like I stated earlier, the political party cannot do that for us because people are going to see through them. First of all, they're not even getting along anyway. But to have this young man to continue to put himself at this kinds of position, it will be difficult for many of you to understand, except for those few that have gone through during the war and have their life. If somebody said my life crossed right before my own eyes, those are the people that are going to understand. For this young man to go to Liberia, what rumors of killing him, he's not going to survive, he's going to go to jail, all those kinds of things was there, and he still decided to go. He has his own family. What makes you think that if something happened to him, will not hurt, besides his little son, don't you think he had his own relative going to grieve? He's not a banana. Costa is not banana that we can just throw out there. Somebody slip on it and fall down. Okay, up to the banana feet. That human being. So if he's going to go and do these kinds of stuff for us, we should be behind to support. And all of you that are supporting Costa financially, whatever he wants to do, he asks you guys, we appreciate that. But at the same time, let us also recognize that it's a group. COP comprises of a group of people. They are not all with the same character. But those of us that are on the periphery, those that are outside of this group, must do what we can if we believe the group is speaking for the Liberian people. Not necessary for people like me. I can speak for myself. But for those that cannot speak, and people in the opposition, as he was saying, dancing, jubilating because the people shut his radio down. And yet still he continued, knowing fully what people cutting his legs from under him. He said, I don't care, I'm still going. And why can't we offer a decent prayer for him? From that, I will say thank you very much. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Tune in tomorrow for Mr. Social, where he has around the world. Usually he bring people in from, he bring reporter in from Liberia that will give you straight talk. And he doesn't pull punches either. He's not like the liberal progressive. He's a conservative. He doesn't pull punches. You come on his show, you play around, he give it to you, Donald Trump. But anyway, on a very serious note, folks, we will do what we can as well to see if we can engage Yeka Kaluba. I don't know, Madam Urid. I don't even know Yeka Kaluba. I don't know any of these, but not even Costa. This is my first time in life talking to Costa. Okay? So, but this is Liberia. And one of the things, like I said, I'm an engineer, and I will show you guys here someday when all these things died and the disease, everything, I will go back onto the road business. One of the interesting things about the lockdown is done for me as an engineer. These people continue to show video of the entire city, the streets. It's so wonderful, magnificent, so wonderful to see actually the street with nobody on there. You can see how these people lay the street out. You can see the drainage work, poor drainage work that these people have done. And I will show you guys that. That's such a wonderful thing. I'm sorry it's happening in the disease time, but that's give us the opportunity. Many Liberian engineers have never experienced such a wonderful, clear path of the street of Monrovia as they're being shown now. I can stay right here if I'm given a job to do a drainage design. I can stay right here and do it because I can see everything from this video. And our brothers and sisters back home who continue to provide this video, we want to thank all of you. Thank you very much. I'm collecting them and I'll put them together. Water side. It's so clean now, but look at the drainage. Water side is below sea level. What is it, Macklin Street and now other street, and I don't know the name of the street anymore. That street and Macklin Street, they're below sea level. Why is it government cannot take a pump and when it rains for them to pump the water back into Dew River? They're not doing that. And I'll point those things out. This is Samson Toll, LeBron Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's been a wonderful evening. We'll say good night to all of you. And one thing, let us continue to pray for one another. Costa, thank you for calling in, and we'll continue to pray for you. Don't give up. Don't give up. I mean, my people, I'm sorry to go back to this thing here, but what Costa doing? What? Yeah, in school. And thinking about Liberian issue. What? When I was in school, you can't catch me going to any kind of function. No, please forget it. What? In school and have a COP business on your mind. Because he got to be smart. I gave it to him. Folks, for him to be and do the, he got to be smart. So anyway, let's pray for the brother and let's pray for one another. It's been a wonderful Monday afternoon. Thank you very much. I know it's late over there in the East Coast. Thank you very much, and we'll say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful evening. Good night, folks. Samson Toll.
You
ye borusu kuona verio oji besa yo dokoro borusu kuona verio angane meyo ye borusu kuona verio borusu kuona verio angane mbei duro tape makuria kwa ya seba onana aya ma lokolo mane sikolo mwa ye poza ne gripu ya moreu lokolo tolie borusu